Ladies and gentlemen, it's that moment that everyone has been waiting for. It is grand finals time. This is it. This is the entire end of the season here in Upsurge Rainbow Six UPL. That's what it's called. Upsurge PL Rainbow Six Siege. There we go. That's easier. So I'm joined by Sticula today to take me through this best of 5 series between Wichita Wolves and Dirty Dans. As you can see on your screen, these are the maps that have been selected, and we're just about ready to go. Stick, how you feeling about this one?
Pretty exciting. I think there's a lot of talent strewn across both of these teams, and it's going to be incredibly hard fought. Really, really exhilarating game, and we haven't even got started yet.
I mean, you have two teams that have really proven themselves. Wichita Wolves, I believe, are completely lossless this entire playoffs. They have not, or this entire season actually. Wichita Wolves are the undefeated team, having not been defeated once during the regular season, and obviously they're here in the playoffs. There is no there's no double bracket elimination. This is a single bracket, and Wichita Wolves were able to come out on top here in our grand finals, I believe, coming from the Raven Conference. Dirty Dans, on the other hand, I believe took one loss during the regular season, but they also are your champions of the Rogue Conference, and they will be facing off together for, I believe, a combined prize pool of $2,000.
Yeah, so there's a ton of money on the line here, and these teams are going to be absolutely competing at their highest level. They've been preparing throughout all of the season. You mentioned both of these teams nearly going completely undefeated in their opposite conferences, and they've been preparing, like I mentioned, for this moment, which as soon as both teams are ready, we should be heading into our first map, which looks like it will be Clubhouse. So a great one to kick things off here. I'm ready.
Yeah,
so are you, Jasmine?
I'm ready. I'm way more than ready. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Clubhouse, map number 1 out of possibly 5. Hopefully this is going to be an interesting series. Let's introduce you to probably the most played map at this point in the map pool. It is Clubhouse. What a great way to start us off here, and probably one of the most commonly played maps in the game.
Sure is, and Clubhouse, I think, is a good one to get things started here because of its nature, how well understood the map is. Both of these teams, I'm sure, are incredibly prepared. We'll see the Maverick band to come out first for Dirty Dans. Maverick is no stranger to Clubhouse, so to see him banned first doesn't bring any surprises.
Absolutely not. I mean, Maverick has always been that operator, and Thatcher as well. These are the most common bans that you will find on Clubhouse. I don't think there's any way to really go about it. It's just this is always what's going to happen. As for the defense, that's where things can get a little bit of variety, but the Thatcher and the Maverick have just become simple bans, and it's going to make it hard for Wichita Wolves, who, as a matter of fact, are attacking on every single map besides the decider of Coastline. Sorry, attacking first.
So, I guess they just really favor that side. It's kind of, I don't know. It would be interesting to see things like flip-flop back and forward in terms of who's starting off. But bans for Clubhouse so far, all 4 of them now that they are dialed in, pretty standard. Nothing too unusual here. I've noticed one of the more atypical bans recently has been Wamai getting removed. And so we won't see that happen in this matchup. Maybe in the next couple of games. Hard to say just yet. But the action's ready to go. We might be getting off to a little bit of a slow start here, just getting things set and ready for Church Arsenal.
The basement site has definitely become a really popular site, not only just in general, but also for Dirty Dans. And they're going to probably end up going for a full turtle here. What I see coming out of this is just sticking to your guns, holding crossfires. You can play basement a lot of different ways, and one of those ways obviously is like a turtle strat. We've seen completely new and evolved roam from the I guess the SSG roam, if you want to call it that. We've also seen just lurkers in general, just having one player just lurk around upstairs and do whatever he so pleases. So there's a lot of ways that this can go. It's a very dynamic site. And it's been kind of introduced as that first bomb site. That's how it was in the older days of Clubhouse, before it was reworked. And I guess we're getting a little bit of that old time sort of vibe from this match. But Dirty Dans, I mean, they have a lot to prove right now. They are the one team that is completely undefeated. They have no org backing. If they can come out with a victory, I feel like it would be larger than they think.
Right, but I think one point that you can't let slip is the fact that all of the players for Dirty Dan's are so experienced. I mean, you've got people like Feltwinter, Xeno, Tumulus. They all have tons of experience. I think Feltwinter was even in last season of Challenger League, so you've really got tons of talent. And Wichita Wolves, they're going to have to fight back against that, and I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing, you know, Wichita be on the back foot. Obviously, the record slightly does favor them, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and answer that. One big question to keep in mind as we see. What was that?
Never mind. Yeah, I mean, like you said, the experience is just massive from the side of Dirty Dan's. There's so many players on here that are so recognizable to the Siege community that have just been around for quite some time, as Wichita getting off to a very early start, clearing up into Secret. And this is a good start right now. Dirty Dan's don't have a roam presence, and that's the one thing about going for a full turtle strat is that you don't really have a lot of delaying power. Where that really comes in is blue. That is where your delaying power usually lies. And also in the Kaids, that's one big thing. The Electroclaws themselves are a huge, have a huge delay potential. Obviously, because there is no Thatcher on the board, you can't destroy them, and within the next season, you'll only be disabling them, which will be very interesting to see. And I think Xeno is even taking it a step further, and he's Kaid tricking. So what you do is you sit on the box in Moto, and you toss it really close to you. What it'll do is it'll capture the hatch, while also the Kaid is able to grab it. And it can allow for some tricking. Faded is doing what is a very common counter to that, tossing down nades, but Xeno has rotated off, taking a little bit of damage. But so far, 2 minutes have passed, and no hatches have been opened right now by Wichita Wolves.
You mentioned the nade counter for the Electroclaw, and we'll see another grenade to fly out. It does succeed in removing the Electroclaw, which gives Hibana the opportunity to open the Moto hatch, and she does just that. Mental kind of dancing around here on the staircase, maybe looking for an opportunity to peek down the hallway, catch somebody. We'll see those holes opened up at the top of the wall, though. As the offense, you always need to be worried about whether or not somebody is going to launch a nitro cell over there. Mental to open things up, however. He gets the first pick and shuts down Gunner.
Good opening here for Wichita Wolves as they start to begin their push here. 30 seconds remaining, and Tyrant trying to get control of blue. Will take down Feltwinter to be a second kill here for Wichita Wolves. Now, Churchwall gonna fall down. Xeno gonna go huge, though. He's dropped Diffuser inside of Moto with a double kill, and now it's gonna have to be a retake here for Wichita. Tyrant will take down Whitlock for his own double kill here, and Wayo will take down Xeno now to 2 versus 1 here. Tumulus, he's got 81 bullets and a dream. All he has to do is deny for 5 more seconds, but they're all coming in behind him. He'll take down one, but he can't take down the other. Mental ends up coming out on top of that LMG fight, and Wichita Wolves will take round number 1. A very aggressive start here to Clubhouse. I can already foreshadow that this is going to be quite the interesting series.
Definitely so, and a great job by Wichita to open things up. They did. They moved with swiftness, shutting down any possibility of latent players on the first floor. And once they had established that, they got those 2 crucial opening picks, which allowed them so much flexibility. It put them in such a position in order to where they were basically able to just get everything done for sight. They were able to really solidly get the wall, the hatch open. Cade made a valiant attempt. I have to give it to Xeno. He was able to swing out there, hitting some great shots, but in the end of it, we did see them fall. And Wichita, they take the early lead.
Yep, so now they're going to be able to... Dirty Dan's, obviously, they haven't won that site, so it's not locked for them. They can choose wherever they want to go. But so far, I wouldn't say exactly a huge loss from Dirty Dan's. It all came down to a 1 versus 1 in the end. It was a very close round for both of these teams. So, honestly, Dirty Dan's, I wouldn't worry too much about them. Definitely what I saw in terms of what Wichita Wolves were doing is just aggressive gunfights not being punished by Dirty Dan's. There weren't enough crossfires being held by those defenders. Like, for example, Tyrant. He was able to get into blue and really live up to his name, being a Tyrant inside of blue and applying that extra pressure. Obviously, it is just the first round. It really just doesn't show everything. It's not exactly like the best way to judge. You don't just judge based off of what happened in the first round. Like that's not a good way to judge. But if we are going to judge, it was just a game of crossfires. Dirty Dan's lost to frags, and honestly, if a team is losing to frags, that's pretty exciting. That means this is going to be a very frag heavy game. So we can see a battle of the aim from both of these teams.
Opposite of frag seems to be what's going on right now as the players from Wichita get prepared for their execute. Tyrant, Mental, and looks like maybe even Devil and the Thermite are all in a position near stock. We might see some of that very crucial soft breach play get used to open up below the floor. We'll see Tyrant, he just punches a hole in the barricade and might have even dislodged Whitlock off of the bandit trick, which could give them a great opportunity to Thermite that outside wall and give them an angle right through platform.
Yeah, so he's gotten a hole underneath. That should... it should force out Whitlock here, but obviously there's a Kaid. I don't think the trick is going to happen. There goes the wall. So CC wall going to be opened up here, Wichita Wolves getting a little bit of map control as well while they're at it. Still have Felt Winner underneath. That's going to be something that's quite intriguing to see what he'll do inside of Secret. Right now, all he's really doing is applying pressure, but Wichita Wolves have given up that take into Logi. An early kill here from the Zofia. He'll take down Gunner. And oh, Whitlock trying to look for a peek right now, but doesn't really gain much from that one as Mental taking a few pot shots. But yeah, I mean, so far, Wichita Wolves taking control of exactly what they need. They have construction control, a huge push going on right now, and they also have the CC wall open. So right now, in terms of time game, Wichita have a lot of time to begin their execute, and they also have a lot of map control around it.
Definitely agree with that. We'll see Zeno able to take down Mental. Your IQ removed, and Whitlock with one as well as he takes down Thermite. A good pick there. Responding with one, and it's another for Whitlock. A headshot. What a kill there for him, and he's able to down Zofia. Zeno getting a kill onto Faded as well as Dirty Dance respond with a round of their own.
Huge round there from Whitlock. He's able to take down 3 and move us into round number 2 with another round on the side of Dirty Dan's. Really aggressive playing there from them, getting away with a lot of peaks that they honestly shouldn't have gotten away with whatsoever. And unfortunately, Wichita Wolves just getting punished for not punishing Dan's enough. Dirty Dan's enough. I mean, the fact that Whitlock was able to just be in that position that he was in and just swing constantly and take extremely like one-sided 1v1s, it's not a good start here. In terms of that round, that definitely looked like a full Dirty Dan's. That wasn't a close one. That was all Dirty Dan's right there. That was all Whitlock. Really good playing from him. Definitely going to need a little bit more punishment from Wichita Wolves on the aggressive peaks here from Dirty Dan's. But, I mean, we're already in round number 3, and it's only been a few minutes. Jeez, oh my, this has been a really fast game.
Yeah, 2 fiery rounds to start it off. I think Wichita were on the right path in that last round, but they failed to really capitalize on control of stock. It's so hard to dislodge that player hiding behind the green box. That was the position I believe Whitlock was holding inside cash. And the only real way is either, you know, win your ones, get your gunfights ready and take him out on that spot, or to go below, use someone like Zofia, like a grenade from Sledge. That's really your only clear pathway. And so because of the fact we didn't see him, Wichita Wolves, they really suffered from that, and ultimately their execute, like you mentioned, was oh so punished. Round number 3, we will be heading back now to the basement. As you remember, Wichita were able to find success attacking this on the first try, but now the Dirty Dan's claimed round 2. They might have the momentum and the know-how ready to defend this bomb and take another round.
Yeah, very similar setup here from Dan's. Not too much of a roam game, not too much of a presence here by the Dan's. They just want to play downstairs and just turtle as much as possible. I mean, it's exactly how it is last round, and what Dirty Dan's need to keep in mind is they can't, if they're going to go for a basement hold, they have to be extremely careful of getting refragged. That is a huge round winner for attackers if they're always able to refrag, and that's probably the reason why Dan's honestly kind of lost that one. If there was ever a 2K, if there was a 2-piece, it was immediately followed up by Wichita Wolves. So, that's all you have to do. You kind of have to just take your ones and hope that you can get some good picks in without challenging too aggressively. Flashbang's going to burn the blue ADSs. I'm assuming the Felt Winner. I think he actually tricked that. That is interesting. So, basically what he did is he allowed himself to get flashed, picked up the ADS so it wouldn't burn a charge, and then put it right back. Gunner, already a monstrous start as he takes down the nades here from Faded. That is a massive kill. So even if Wichita Wolves wanted to force Feltwinter out of blue or force Zeno out of Moto, they can't do it anymore. They have lost their only potential grenade power. That is a really rough start.
Yeah, and I think that was the gotcha nitro cell over the top of the church wall just to bottom main. Losing your sledge, as you mentioned, so punishing. It actually might have been some kind of different creative angle. That's kind of a weird spot for the sledge to have landed in. Maybe there was some aerobatics or something like that. Tyrant, again, holding this angle down blue. Last time we saw him in this engagement, he was successful in shutting down Feltwinter, but now with that knowledge of the past death, I imagine Feltwinter probably going to play it a little bit more safe and only take those engagements once he's got that intel Tyrant is trying to push down. We hear some of those lifelines detonate, and now take a look at Mental as he attempts to use that vertical play, a push-up coming from Tyrant. He's not in a great spot here, and a peek by Feltwinter could put him down real quick. Tumulus on the crossfire as well, though. He goes down. A great job by Feltwinter, traded out himself by Wichita, who get 2 picks in the response. Whitlock holding the angle and trying to save his teammate, though ultimately fails. Not by the death, though, however, as he gets the pick. A headshot onto Mental, and it's a 2-on-2 in the bomb site.
Again, a game of trades here as Devil goes for the plant, but it's being covered right now. It's going to be a gas nade popped, but Devil should be able to get this down in time. It's just a rotates, though. Gunner takes down Mayo, and the smoke will deal the final damage to Whitlock. Really well played there from both of those players, as Gunner able to get a 1 onto a player that he really shouldn't have. I feel like that's a little bit too aggressive. I'm not sure how Gunner exactly got his kill, but what I'm going to assume is that it was a peek from the attacker, or it was just Gunner getting space that he really shouldn't have. And Whitlock played that smoke to perfection. He had the knowledge of the plant going down, and honestly, he gave Devil 2 options. You either die to the smoke or you die to my SMG-11, and, well, he chose the hard way out. So, really well played there, too. Dirty Dan's, as Wichita Wolves will get completely destroyed on their attempted plant. Losing the sledge was just such a massive loss there for that entire round. They couldn't open up any of the hatches that they wanted to, and that really just allowed Dirty Dan's to apply pressure to a few doorways and win out that round. That's really all they had to do. No walls were open. Nothing was broken around them for them to really be pressured all that much. So, yeah, a huge loss there. At the beginning, I definitely would say that opening kill really helped out with that round. And now, Dirty Dan's winning 2, looking to complete the trifecta of site rotations here in Gym Bedroom.
One thing we might have slept on a little bit is the fact that the sledge going down early meant that opening Moto Hatch wasn't really a possibility that the attackers could seek out. When you don't have those frag grenades, it becomes so difficult to remove the Electro Claws, because basically your only option is try to get it with a lifeline from Zofia, which is difficult, especially considering Tyrant is already posted up in blue and would have to rotate, or I guess rush into Moto and shoot it yourself, and that's not exactly the most well thought out idea. But a great round. Dirty Dan's ultimately came out on top in that skirmish in the bomb site, a close 2-on-2. The post plant played wonderfully by them. Round number 4, and it's an extension into cash. They're going to hold CCTV, and they've got plenty of utility posted up here, as you can see. Wonderful job by our observer to catch that.
Mr. Frost obviously is observing this game here for us. Thank you, Frost. So Wichita Wolves gonna go for that cash clear. Obviously, it's very common to have a defense setup where you have a cash hold, and Wolves are gonna just completely surround Feltwinter. Now, the thing is that obviously he has angles into construction, so if he were to rotate out, he can still apply pressure.
Oh, no.
Oh no, Devil, that is unfortunate. So he can't get this wall open, but I think that should be able to get it. Yes, it will. Mental will take down Gunner here on the opening kill. Onto the mute. Good start right now. And Feltwinter also being pressured here on green box. He'll lose his life there too. Devil and Whitlock, a refrag here onto Mental, who I believe jumped in. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just... Yeah, no, it looks like he did jump in. Game of trades once again as Tumulus takes down Devil. It's a trade here. Whitlock takes down his second kill onto Tyrant. And it's just been all frags here for Dirty Dan's. Diffuser is dropped inside of construction, and Wichita Wolves are going to have to make an attempt on that recovery while also pushing into the site. Dirty Dan's getting away with so much aggression that they really shouldn't be. Mayo able to recover the diffuser. The YouTuber himself now looking to swing into Logi, I believe, where Zeno, or Tumulus, excuse me, will be playing Wichita Wolves in a 2 versus 3, and they only have one hard breacher left, and I don't think they're worried about the hard breach utility right now. Wichita Wolves now just have to take map control with the time and the limited resources that they have.
Getting those kills and dislodging the players inside of Logi and Bathroom is going to be crucial in achieving this post plant. The diffuser's in the hands of the Hibana, who looks like inside of construction, but she's getting pinged out constantly. One thing I wanted to note is Whitlock is absolutely on one this game. The jump in from the sledge, Whitlock credited with the kill with the AUG, and Cumulus getting that shot with the ump. As it's another round for Dirty Dance. They take 3 in a row on a roll. They collect a successful rotation, and we're on to round number 5.
This has definitely been, even if the scoreboard kind of goes against what I'm about to say, this has been a very close game. To be honest, it's come down to a lot of 1vx's and a lot of 2vx's. This has not been a game where it's completely Dirty Dance. There is just nobody out of the line of fire right now. Everyone is getting involved with a gunfight in some way, shape, or form, but it seems like we'll lose, I think we'll lose one more gunfight here, as the Montaigne is going to be jumped in by Faded. Now, this could be a good response. Obviously, map control has kind of been a difficulty so far for Wichita Wolves, and that Monty is really a huge player whenever it comes to map control, especially on this map. You can predict, I mean, we can all predict what the Monty's going to do. It's not like that clunky shield is really going to be any sort of Sam Fisher. We all know that he's going to try and get up to construction, or sorry, into garage and up the garage rafters and try and take control of garage, which is probably going to be heavily defended. The reason being, you have a Womai, you have a Jaeger. You don't bring a Womai for a normal site hold. You usually just bring that for garage. So the Monty is going to be a hard counter to that, and we'll see if it does end up working out, as both garage walls obviously as well going to be reinforced and kaided from above. So if you didn't know, I don't know what rock you're living under, but you can actually kaid both garage walls from the rafters if you place them on the 1 and 2 that are sitting right on the rafters. There's like a little marking on the rafters. I'm not sure. It's not that easy to see. There it is. So you can see the little 1 and 2, and if you put your kaid underneath of those, it'll capture. Hello. It'll catch both of those walls and completely kaid them. So, a little interesting fun fact if you didn't know. It's a very common strategy, but an interesting little tidbit here is round number 5 is going to get underway, and just as we predicted, Faded now going to start to make his way over to pressure into garage.
It can be incredibly difficult to fight against the Montaigne, but Tyranny gets caught out. Gunner hitting his shots when he needed to, and the Monty taking a ton of damage as well. This garage take has completely and utterly failed for Wichita. Still, Faded continues trying to push in, but with no support from his teammates, it doesn't seem like this is going to be at all successful. Somebody maybe going to take out Feltwinter, pushing in from stock, but it looks like the Jaeger is completely engaged and ready to fight that gunfight. Not sure if it's the energy, the stakes, the gunfights, or the quick assaults, but this game is flying past me.
Yeah, with the loss of Tyrant, you've left Monty in a solo push right now. He doesn't really have much influence over garage as he wants to have. He can start, at this point, he should start pushing up, but because he has no teammate on him, it's going to be extremely difficult, or almost near impossible, because Feltwinter and Gunner are both holding crossfires. And right now, obviously, the priority is off of the Monty for these attackers. They want to start to push in elsewhere. They've gotten open the CC wall. That's a good start here, but now A21 Mayo going to rejoin Faded. He knows that one is chilling in Harry Potter right now. That is going to be Feltwinter. Feltwinter swings here, and oh no, the crossfire will result in the death of Faded, and Feltwinter with another, somehow getting away with a kill onto A21 Mayo, and he is doing loads of work here. Mental looking to get an entry. He'll take down Tumulus, and now he has control of the red stairs, looking for control of sight. He'll take down the bandits. A triple kill here for Mental, but he's gonna need all 5 if he wants to win up this round, and he's got low to no HP. 50 seconds remaining, and he's getting flanked on here now by Feltwinter inside of red, chilling inside of server stacks, trying to make a play. Flashbangs being thrown right at him, but both caught by magnets and ADSs alike. Should be an easy swing here for Gunner. Oh no, he doesn't get the fight just exactly here, but Feltwinter has the pings. He'll take down Mental. Good attempt there from the Ash, but Dirty Dans will walk away with another round, and they have secured the half, no matter what happens on round number 6. Wichita Wolves getting caught off guard right now, as this attack is not going too good for them.
The Monty push seemed like the right idea, but ultimately its execution in the garage failed in a terrible fashion. 3 players going down, and with no resulting control. The only way they were able to get onto the bomb site at all was simply by putting Mental on Ash and having him go up the cache stairs. I have to give it to him. I mean, he did a great job. He was able to get his picks, but ultimately they were impactless, and his team lost. And it's another round for Dirty Dan's. You mentioned it's 4-1, and they only need one more round to put this in a terrible state for Wichita. If they're able to end the half 5-1, the momentum, the pressure, it would all be on their sides, especially considering I think this might be Wichita's map pick.
Yeah, and it is, and it's difficult for Wichita, who are going to have an attack every single map, and if they can't really get the ball rolling on a clubhouse attack, and I mean, I think we have Oregon up next. Oregon is a whole different beast. It is a new map. I personally love the new Oregon. Oh my goodness, I love the new Oregon. But if they start on attack, that is a whole different ball game for Wichita Wolves. They're going to have a lot of issues running into that, but half is not over yet. 2-4 is not exactly a horrible split, to be honest. It's a very common one, so I don't think we're going to run into any issues as long as Wichita are able to take this basement site, which last time, if you recall, Faded was the opening death, and that was a massive loss, obviously, because he wasn't able to get the Electroclaw inside of Moto, and they didn't really have an alternative, and they still don't. They're still going to rely heavily on Faded, but the C4 from Gunner last round was the death of the Sledge, and that's going to be really crucial to what happens this round. So as long as there are no circumstances like that, Wichita shouldn't have too much trouble.
It's really difficult to remove that Electroclaw when you only have one player who can do it, because you're putting all your stock in one of the core principles and getting this execute really formulated to one person. And with how Dirty Dan's are playing, these aggressive gunfights they're taking and winning every time, putting Faded in the line of fire can ultimately cost you so much. And so playing it safe, being careful so that you're able to get that hatch open without, having him die to another nitro is going to be one of your main priorities, and they're going to need to watch out for that.
C4 pop there, nothing gonna come out of that one, thankfully, for Wichita Wolves. They haven't lost a single bit of HP there. So Gunner C4 will not work out here. ADS is being burnt, and Faded's nade should come right up, and that will signal the hatch to get open. So Wichita Wolves, no Sledge dead, and that Moto hatch will get right opened up here by Devil. So really good stuff here from Wichita Wolves. Definitely what they wanted. No opening deaths so far from either teams. So this is going to be quite an intriguing execute, as not a single gunfight really has been taken by either of these teams. The opening death so far has come down to utility on the site, whether it be a C4 or what have you, but let's see what happens as we're slowly starting to tick down the timer here. 821 Mayo now pushing in. Devil with the drop here into Moto as well. A very predictable push, and Dirty Dan should expect it, but let's see if Wolves can walk away with a few gunfight victories here. Is Devil going to lose a lot of HP on that gunfight? Gunner as well. Here comes the aggressive start here for both teams.
The real issue for Wichita right now is the fact that they're stalling out. They can't get any of these batteries, it seems, off the wall, and so the push into Church is nearly impossible, especially with the fact that it doesn't look like they're trying to take blue. Gunner, somebody just, Habana came inside, okay, but he's dead anyway. Gunner with 2, Mayo getting 1 before he's cut down. Tyrant collecting 1, will he get 2? He spots the arm of the Maestro, landing the shots. It's a 2-on-2, though he's cut down on the angle. Whitlock with the SMG-11, and Gunner to achieve the 3K as Dirty Dan's in the half 5-1 with a rockin' round.
Whew. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna up the volume stream, so make sure your eardrums aren't getting blown out real quickly. I'm just gonna up the volume a little bit. Let's make it nice and easy. There we go. The increase in the volume has happened. So tune your TVs down a little bit. I know you're watching this on your home theaters, so I don't want to blow your house up with the quality of this audio. But yeah, Dirty Dan's 5 whole rounds on defense. That is huge. That is monumental for them, as they're going to go on to the attack with a 4-round advantage. That is just so good here. That's such a good start from them. But Wichita Wolves, they're not looking like that undefeated team that we know. They're running into a lot of situations where they just die to one player. They die to one 2K, one 3K from a certain player on the side of Dirty Dan's. And it's just been, I mean, mainly it's been Whitlock and Gunner. They have definitely been showing up here. But we can't forget that all the other supports doing their job. 4 apiece for Tumula, Zeno, and Feltwinter. So this has just been a game of frags, and Wichita Wolves, they looked like, at least in the first round, they had such a good game of trades. They were able to set up crossfires and establish themselves super well so that anytime an attacker died, it was immediately traded out. But then they kind of fell off. They kind of lost that. They lost that refrag power, and it really came back to bite them, obviously, as you can see on the scoreboard. So now they're going to be moving over to the defense here for round number 7. Let's see what they can make out of this.
The lasting issue for Wichita in this half is the fact that they're only 2 rounds away from it just being over and done with. In defending Clubhouse, while it's normally considered pretty sided towards the defense, it can cause a lot of problems if you don't have the right strategies to counter what Dirty Dance is going to bring to the table. And it seems like the experience overall from the 5-man lineup currently on attack, they know what they need to do every single round to get things done. There's not, those silly mistakes that are happening. They just know how to stop them at every single opportunity. If somebody goes down, instantly at the snap of a fingers, there's a trade. Refrag's utility is being used to respond. Mayo, however, will open up and maybe begin to turn the tides here as he collects the kill inside of stock.
Opening pick right onto Gunner. The nades lost once again. Sledge definitely having a curse of the opening frags, but A21 Mayo is not giving this up either. He's sitting on little stairs just going for these aggressive peaks. And Feltwinter just can't get in. I know what he, obviously with the Kaid, he wants to try and get underneath and shoot that Electroclaw. It's not as easy as a bandit trick where you just impact twice. Maybe the bandit dies. If he doesn't, you get the Electroclaw. That Electroclaw can sit literally anywhere. It could be behind a shelf for all we know, and that's a huge problem. And right now, the pressure being applied from Mayo is really helping out here. Zeno making his way in. He'll take down Mental in main lobby. Now he has the location of A21 Mayo. He's basically sitting in a spot right now where if he tries to rotate out, he's probably going to get caught by Dirty Dan. So he's just going to try and play off of this. Tyrant also helping with holding the cross. Beautiful shot onto the drone there from him. But the amount of delaying that's just been done. Impacts going out here for Feltwinter. But the wall is still not opened up. Oh no, Zeno missed time there. And Dirty Dan's in general right now just starting to stall out a little bit. Faded will take down Zeno. Feltwinter, a beautiful shot onto Devil, will take control of Raptors, or at least kill the player sitting inside of Raptors. A21 Mayo is still alive and well, though, holding off the rest of Garage. 40 seconds left. Dirty Dan's really going to have to make a play now.
We saw Dirty Dan's. They were down on the man count, though, able to establish 2 good picks, taking out the Maestro and the Jaeger, 2 of the strongest operators in this lineup. But with only 22 seconds, they're going to need to get this wall open and move fast. Shutting down everyone on site needs to happen. It's crucial. Though, again, the exothermic charge is simply unsuccessful, and they're going to have to be forced to funnel through the door here. A Nitro Cell is tossed out, but it's a cut down. Gunfight from Faded. 2 on the SMG, and Tyrant with 1 of his own. Wichita Wolves are able to finally get around after winning number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Upsurge chat, welcome to This Is Why You Don't Funnel In Through a Doorway, Exhibit A. Really well played there by Wolves. Just able to hold off the attack that really was just not going too well for Dirty Dan's. I mean, at the very start, you could see there was really not a lot of hard breach utility whatsoever. That's one thing. So, I mean, the fact that they weren't able to open up Construction Wall or CC just played a huge factor into that round, obviously, because Dirty Dan just had to push in through that doorway. And that's what happened. Like you said, they just got cut down, literally mowed to shreds while trying to go through that doorway. Wichita Wolves going to ignore the basement bomb site and go into gym bedroom here for round number 8 as they try and mount a comeback here, as they're going to need 3 rounds to do it.
definitely not out of reach, still doable for Wichita, and losing that round in such a decisive manner, Dirty Dan's ultimately did not have what it took in order to get that execute, and the strat that, frankly, I did question from Wichita worked out really well. The garage control was simply impossible, and they did so much work to slow everyone down inside of stock, in lounge, swamp, holding all of those angles. The UMP, despite the fact that it can be a weak gun, did the job, the task necessary in order to get that round, and a great job by Wichita.
Most definitely. I think we're still having a little bit of audio complaints. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not exactly an ASMR streamer, so I can't like pinpoint the exact decibel that I need to lock it out. But let me know how it feels. Obviously, we're gonna have a rocky road, but it's a best of 5. So by the time that we get to map number 3, it'll probably be the most solid stream you've ever watched in professional esports history. Obviously, I'm also one of the best bluffers in the world. But Wichita Wolves, round number 8, and what we need to talk about is hard breach. That is super crucial right now, and it's something that's really not working out from Dirty Dan's, at least from what we saw last round. Kaid's just completely locking out that entire round, and the fact that there was no map control, but you can see Tumulus, I think he should be able to get this open with no problem here. Devil being open fragged rather by Gunner. What the heck has happened from that? I think he peeked. Did he peek CC window? Is that what happened? Or construction window? Oh, okay, I know what happened. So Gunner actually peeked into construction, and there's construction holes leading into cache. Obviously, that's like the default setup, and Devil, man, you can't die to those. You made them. Oh, you know what? Where did he die? He's right outside the cache door. I'm really confused. Whatever happened, you did an oopsie. Devil, you did an oopsie.
He's done for. The wall was open very quickly, and it's going to give Dirty Dan's plenty of time. They've already got the man advantage and established presence out here on the platform, and so it looks like the next step, not sure where snap came from, is going to be to clear out the bathroom, remove the electro claw, waste the ADS, and ultimately kill the player inside. That's Tyrant, for those of you keeping up with the players here, and clearing this out is not exactly going to be the easiest task. We've seen Tyrant go huge, though mental going down is not going to help things out too much, and neither will Fade. As Gunner achieves the double kill. A technical 2-on-4 here, though Tyrant making an effort to trade things back with a kill onto Whitlock, peeking the angle onto the main stairs. Ultimately, check out that kill feed. Felt Winter, Zeno, and Tumulus all contributing in the dying seconds of that round, and Dirty Dance are able to find the match point after a complete stomp.
Literally like the Power Rangers, the level of that coordination, just getting 3 consecutive kills. Chef's kiss to you, Dirty Dan's. It's going to be match point, like you said. This is not the start that Wichita Wolves, the undefeated team from the Raven Conference, wanted at all. That is just such a rough start on their map. And like I said, Oregon is not going to look much better, to be honest. I mean, if you have a 3-round differential moving into your next half, or I guess no, secondly a 4-round differential, that's concerning. And now it's match point, and Wichita Wolves are taking 2 rounds only. I know that Wichita Wolves fans don't give up, so if you're in the chat, keep cheering for your team. They need you right now more than ever. Map number 1 just definitely not looking too hot for them. Maybe they'll need to regroup here on Oregon, as Oregon really can be anyone's game. It is that new map, obviously. It's new to everybody. New strats, new play style. A little bit of the same old, but not exactly. So maybe this is just an adjustment period here for Wichita Wolves. A little bit of a warm up, a little shake, a slap, whatever you will. Let's see if they can come back here. A 4-round differential. Dirty Dance threatening match point right now. Let's see what happens.
Dirty Dance are doing a great job of keeping Wichita at an arm's length, and if you take a look at the first half, Church, I think, does have the most bounty in it for Wichita. It was the site that they were able to attack, or rather, attack successfully, so they have, that tiny bit of an understanding. Though it was the first round, so you might be able to kind of chalk that up to Dirty Dan's getting prepared and kind of sussing out how Wichita like to play, and they've been going crazy ever since that round and only just losing number 7. So as we approach round number 9, it'll be up to them to decide whether or not Arsenal and Church is their bomb site or if they're going to fall to the guns of Dirty Dan's in another successful execute.
Let's see what happens. Dirty Dan's looking to get control of dirt. Nate is going to not destroy the Electric Claw? What?
Gunner just turns back and he's like, what?
I mean, I was confused. I was just as confused as they were. Faded. Immediately shot down here. I'm not sure from what. That's either a hole or Ash just booking it down.
The main stairs.
It might have been. Jeez, oh my.
Long shot. Points for that one.
Opening damage.
Not really help him. Being on some slow health. Though Tyrant hitting the headshot with the revolver. What a kill there. Gunner to respond. He takes down Devil. So we're at even count here. It's 4-4. A minute and 23. Slow going so far. But with 2 fiery picks, they might look to get roaring and ready. Gunner with another one. 11 kills, 4 deaths so far. He's really living up to his name here on Clubhouse. And this might look to turn sour. Ashes in the mouth for Wichita as they've only got 3 players left to fend off what has been a strong attacking formation from Dirty Dan's. Though the angle behind Blue Gen, Whitlock seems pissed. He's pushing up. Might be able to get the Jaeger, the missed position, and the credited kill. One, he's going to take out those 2 ADSs, whipping out the pistol. It's 1 with the 5-7, though the diffuser going down, Faded to respond onto Zeno, and it's a 1-on-3. Cade in the clutch. This is all for it. Your whole team's hopes for this first map are lying in the hands of Tyrant. He's a beast. 1 kill so far, though he gets cut down by Whitlock. What a play by him. And Dirty Dan's, they are victorious in map number 1.
He might be a tyrant, but he is not enough of a monster to stop that push there from Dirty Dan's. A 7-2 victory, very dominating here for map number 1 of Clubhouse. And it's only map number 1. Don't lose hope just yet, but definitely a great start here for the Orgless team. Looking at $2,000 like it is absolutely nothing right now. And the only thing standing in between them is Wichita Wolves. But I see a lot of Wolves fans. Again, they're going to need your support right now as we move in to map number 2. As you can see on your screen, it is going to be Cafe up next. So Cafe, that is that can be an extremely interesting map in 2 ways. First of all, it tends to be pretty defender-sided. That is one huge thing about it. But another thing, it's all about gunfights, just like Clubhouse is. If you're able to win a gunfight, then if you're able to win a gunfight, that can mean an entire room just completely in your hands. So it's going to come down to quite the amount of gunfights here for this game. But good start here from Dirty Dan's as they will take map number 1 in a very convincing 7-2. It was looking close at first, but now not so much.
This is going to put Dirty Dan's in a great spot. They take Wichita's map pick and come off of it so hot. A 7-2 win against your opponent's map is definitely a statement. So now to switch over to Cafe is going to give them so much momentum and puts them in a spot where we might see them go up 2-0 if they're able to start off incredibly strong on their own map. If they've got something that Wichita isn't prepared for, we could see this be over and done with and have them in the position of series point incredibly quickly.
Absolutely. I might have been... Okay, I'm just double checking. So, yeah, Wichita Wolves are attack on every single map minus the decider of Coastline, the one map that you might want to be attack on. That is just... This is going to be intriguing. This is going to have to be quite the mounted comeback, but it's a best of 5. Momentum works in very strange ways, and you can change completely in between maps. Your entire playstyle could just completely change in the blink of an eye. So we're not going to count anyone out just yet. So
yeah, it really could change in the blink of an eye. If Wichita, maybe this is secretly their map, they've snuck it in, and Dirty Dan's have kind of played into their strategy. Maybe we'll see something like that come out, though it's hard to say just yet. everything could change. And we've seen a ton of cafe games where it just goes absolutely down to the wire. Things go all the way to overtime. Clubhouse, also kind of one of those maps. So interesting to see Dirty Dance just close it out without even, needing to get tied up, frankly. I mean, were they tied like once that whole time? Like on round 3, I think. So, yeah, they really put out a great showing. And I think we are just going to continue rolling on with the action as soon as both teams are ready. So, no need for a break. I don't think. Know where to go. No need to go grab your popcorn because we've got more action on the way.
Drum roll, please, as we see if we're gonna get ready. I think somebody went to go use the bathroom. But I mean that was just impressive from Dirty Dan's. There's nothing more to say about it. When you're fighting for $2,000 and you come out swinging in a 2-7, that is just huge against a team that is completely undefeated. Up until now, I'm pretty sure they have only lost one map out of their entire run this season. 1 or 2, I believe. I think it is 1. And now they've lost their second. So, not the best look. I don't think.
Yeah, it really doesn't inspire too much confidence, though. We talked about so much of how the game can really be volatile, and even in a lot of those rounds, though the first game did end 7-2, there were a couple of close attempts, like the time we saw, I believe Mental almost got the ace clutch, just sprinting around with the Ash inside of CCTV, though ultimately they were able to close it out. And more rounds like that could very well be coming your way. We're still just trying to figure out everything and get things ready before we head into Cafe. But what are your expectations for this map?
Cafe is it's pretty similar to the way that Clubhouse kind of runs, but the main thing about the main difference between these two maps is that Clubhouse is way more established. There are so many different strats that you can run on Clubhouse, but on Cafe there's not a lot of variety. When it comes down to variety, it comes down to site holds, and specifically what site you're playing. If you're able to expand and try playing mining and dining, that's when things get interesting. But not a lot of teams within not pro. I guess not a lot. I don't want to use the term T4 or T3 because it's such an ambiguous term. So we'll just say Siege that isn't Pro League or Challenger League. That site really hasn't been explored too much, and it could really help out. Just a lot of variety really can help for this map. That's one thing that it definitely needs, and I feel like whoever's able to bring those strats that are just completely, thinking outside the box, map control is really heavily contested. That's what you need on Cafe. On Club, it's a little bit different. On Club, it's really established. There's so many different metas and ways that this map can run, but they're all very predictable. On Cafe, you have that sort of unpredictability that you can run into that can be either an advantage or a disadvantage. So that's what we're going to have to see on Cafe from Wichita Wolves if they really want to start to claw back. Obviously, they don't have a lot of control over predictability because they're attacking first. So they don't exactly have the first say in map control. That's more the defenders. So it's going to be really difficult for Wolves, but I feel like if there's any map that they can do it on, it's this one.
Rightly so. And I guess while we're waiting for everything to get ready, I wanted to ask, what are your thoughts on the possibility of the roof hatches being reinforced? Oh, we're ready to go, so I'll cut that question a little short. Cafe is up next. I didn't know what was going on, but we're good. We're heading into the op bans, and we've got an opportunity to take a look at what both of these teams want to remove. Just to remind you, on Clubhouse, it was the Maverick, Thatcher, Mira, and Echo removed. All 4 of those quite standard operators for this map. Could very well be the same bans for Cafe. I imagine, though, Thatcher is coming out front and center. That seems to be the poster boy for Cafe, and there he goes.
Yep, Thatcher. So far 2 for 2 in the ban phase, so Not a good look on him. But I mean, hopefully during his rework he'll start to become a little bit less banned. As Capitao gonna be the next one. Now Capitao is one of those bans that you'd kind of expect on Clubhouse, but I can definitely see where he's gonna work his way into Cafe. That is definitely gonna hurt the attack a lot more than some might think. But yeah, I mean, Capitao is just going to become an extremely prominent operator once he gets the hard breach utility next season.
Right, and it's really going to affect a lot of operators, I think. Monty, who has like a really specific use case, now has a little bit more of an opportunity and a reason to choose him. Whereas before, you only really want to pick that Monty if you specifically know you have an outline strategy of what to take. Like what we saw from Wichita on Clubhouse. And maybe if they had the hard breaching gadget, we might have seen that be more successful. But ultimately, nearly the same operator bans the Capitao, however, switching in for the Maverick, not to anyone's surprise. You mentioned Capitao can be so useful in the hands of an attacking team, and I definitely agree with that statement.
More interestingly is that it's a Wichita Wolves ban. Now that can kind of hurt, honestly. I feel like whenever you think of alternatives to actually take map control, then you think of Capitao, like an alternative to nades, which are burned by ADSs. But that alternative is now gone for Wichita Wolves. If they want to gain map control over, for example, Pixel, that's the main example I'm thinking of, they're going to have to go in with nades, and if the nades don't work, it's going to come down to a hard-fought gunfight. It's not exactly how you want to take Pixel. So really, I do feel like this is going to hurt more than help Wichita Wolves, but we'll have to see. Obviously, we can't judge from the outside. Let's get into Cafe. Map number 2, round number 1. Dirty Dance starting out on defense with a 2-7 victory on their back. Let's see what they can make of Cafe.
Yeah, they're going to be rolling forward with that momentum, and Cafe can be quite a slow map. Like you mentioned, similarly to Clubhouse, it's so well thought out, and especially considering the massive amount of delaying tactics, as you can see evidenced by the Wamai, the Valkyrie for the intel, and the Jaeger mute. Especially, however, you can deny those drones, which really works to slow things down when you've got to face check literally everything, and you can't just jump around with your little RC.
Yeah. Felt Winter might be setting up for something here. This looks like is this a jump out? Tell me it's not a jump out here by Felt Winter. Tell me we're not going to get the NJR Twitter clip once again. Okay, doesn't seem like he has the opportunity anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a passive jump out anyway, but nobody on the rappel for the west side. He will punch open the window, and you can see it looks like Zofia or maybe even the Habana rotating down now to the bottom of the wall. And Devil, he goes down early. That's a great punishing kill. Playing aggressive and contesting the skylight is a difficult gambit, but ultimately he's rewarded. Your hard breacher on low health, especially with so much nitro possibility, verticality on a map like Cafe can be so difficult. You only need to get, you know, just so close with the nitro, and he could be a goner.
Yep. Now Devil, I mean, he's the only hard breacher as well. I mean, or actually, well, yeah, Faded. That is something I completely overlooked. So, yeah. Hard breach utility going to be used, though, in the most important way, and that is getting into red. Or into piano, or into, I guess, we would call bar or L desk from red. So, see, ADS's magnets all going to get burnt out here. There's so much utility that they have to go through. Faded losing a lot of HP. Now, he's the only one that actually has nades. So, he's going to be really crucial to this round here. But you can see, Mental has made his way in. Nade gonna explode here. Sorry, I believe that's a Zofia nade, as the shield will go down, but Mental has made his way into piano. Not a single kill found just yet for any side. Low HP on the side of on Wichita, however. Nade tossed, not gonna find anything. And 2 minutes have gone by, and so far we have no impact, no frags so far from either of these teams here. A third X-Kairos utility gonna be used on the freezer wall to open up a line of sight.
The slowdown on Pixels seems to have run its course as we hit nearly the 40-second marker. No picks to come out so far is definitely in favor of Dirty Dance. They've got the close quarters weaponry, and when you put them in that desperate position, especially considering how low so many players from Wichita are, they can be punished in an instant. Gunner will hit the headshot. He doesn't even need the low health, though. Mental responding with that G8 Mayo. Getting shot up from the White Stairs Hall.
Oof.
The G8 will be punished. It's a shotgun kill. Feltwitcher with one of his own as it's a 2-on-4. 10 seconds. The Valk swings, finds one. That's a second. Gunner on a double kill, and he's on for another one. Dirty Dance, and they take round number 1.
Jeez, the gunfights that were taken by Wichita Wolves just didn't look good at all. Really sloppy play from them, eating shotgun shells and MPX bullets alike. They pushed onto gunfights that they kind of just hoped for the victory. They didn't really have much of an opportunity to take a gunfight that was in their favor. They, for example, Mental swinging into bathroom against a shotgun. I mean, I don't think we need a book or a tale to really figure out if that is a good idea. There's a lesson to be learned here, guys. Don't swing a shotgun. And then after that kill on the IQ, it just allowed the rest of Wolves to just get aggressive, get in the face of Wichita Wolves. And that's what happened. Wichita Wolves just took so many aggressive gunfights, and there was no response. Sorry, Dirty Dance took aggressive gunfights. There was no response from Wichita Wolves. Sometimes they didn't even have their gun up to begin with. So, good start there from Dirty Dance as they'll take round number 1.
Lack of the Capital to clear Pixel might have been the deciding factor in that round. The shield we saw, with all of the magnets protecting it, took so long to be removed, and even then, the position still was not taken. You saw the G8 tried to swing it, and the shotgun in the close quarters gunfight won out as it should. And that's really the problem with trying to push that angle. There's only so much you can do in the White Hall to establish presence, to push through without trouble. And so, maybe you need to put somebody on the White Stairs window, whether that's, the actual hallway window to the south side or over on the ACs to the east. You have to be able to clear out that spot to take out that player, because if you don't, you mentioned before, and as we saw when it was Wichita, I believe, attacking CCTV, funneling through a door does not get you any favors.
That was, shades of, round number, I believe, 3. I can't remember exactly which round, I'm sorry. But Wichita Wolves gonna open up here as they're gonna possibly go for a full top down as they move their way over to the ceiling hatches. You have Feltwinter on the lurk, though. This can actually be pretty massive if Feltwinter's able to get away with at least 1 kill here. He could definitely be a huge deciding factor, but we'll have to wait and see. So you also have Whitlock and Gunner also on the roam here. So Zeno and Tumulus. Oh, Gunner. Gunner. He's already taken down 1. That's 821 Mayo, and he's managed to make his way, I believe, into coat check. Actually, is he? I can't tell if he's coat check or if he's pillars. I think he might be pillars. I'm not sure where Gunner is, but either way, able to walk away with an opening pick here. He isn't coat check. He's just playing this one safe and no trade. A lot of damage dealt to him, but he's going to play it safe. So, 821 Mayo falling.
So much time wasted and nothing to say for it aside from being down on the man count. In that opening engagement, the Bandit gets almost one of the best picks you could ask for. Taking out your buck, your soft destruction, your vertical play is going to be so hit that you're not going to be able to get those crucial angles. And look at that, Dirty Dance, they're playing well into this. They know the angles that they can hold now that they don't have to worry about that, and a complete one-sided bakery take could fall in a matter of seconds, especially with the clock so low and Dirty Dance, or rather Wichita, being pushed up against a wall.
Push against a wall is a really good way to put it right now, as they're really starting to kind of lose their footing. They've gotten themselves inside a bakery and inside a small bake, but Gunner and Feltwinter are still alive and well, holding this cross. Mental starting to make his way up red, and He's going to be met with a heavy spray of bullets from both Germans here as Fellwinter chilling. Here comes a swing. Oh, no, Fellwinter. He'll take down 2. How does he get away with that? And now it's going to be a 3 versus 3. Plant starting to go down here, but Mental will fall. Now it's all up to Faded to cover his teammate right now who is losing life to the Maestro Cam, but he's able to get the plant down. I believe the first post plant. Beautiful shot from Zeno. Now it's all up to Devil in a 1 versus 3. Location very unaware of. Tumulus will lose the gunfight here against the smoke, but the diffuser is in a very safe spot for Zeno to go for the defuse, and now Whitlock has retaken Bakery. He'll take down the last hard breacher, and the first ever post plant goes and turns into a retake for Dirty Dan's. Round number 2 going in their way. A very aggressive one right there, and good attempt from the Wichita Wolves, but again, not a lot of footing, not a lot of map control, and you can see the result.
What a play by Mental. He was ready. He did what he had to do, but ultimately, because they only really had a couple of options for where to place the diffuser without just getting immediately cut down by the horizontal coverage from Dirty Dan's, there was no situation where you could really defend it. I mean, the reinforced wall, the normal wall itself, I mean, the bomb chassis, it was all in the way, and he was able to just have the coverage from his teammates who put his life up on offer and ultimately got the kill necessary in order to get that retake, as you mentioned, and it's a great round. Dirty Dan's, they're off to a start here, taking 2 in a row for Cafe and 4 in a row total, counting those last 2 from Clubhouse. So Wichita, they need to shut Dirty Dan's down. A successful rotation would not help them whatsoever here for Cafe.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Wolves right now are just looking like they're completely locked out of their house. That's such a specific... I just thought of that. That's such a specific analogy.
Where's the keys?
Where's the keys, man? All right, you know what? I'll turn it into something. It really does look like Wichita Wolves are locked out of their house because they just can't find the key to winning their rounds. There we go. That was a pretty good one. But they really cannot find the key to winning their rounds. They have definitely been taking a lot of gunfights based off of hope and hoping that those gunfights go their way. And if they do, it turns into a pretty solid round for them. But obviously, you can see on 2 occasions on the top of your scoreboard, it just hasn't happened. And Wichita Wolves looking in a pretty scary position, or at least Dirty Dan's rather, looking in a pretty scary position. So yeah, Wichita might have to crack a window or two to get into their house because right now, there's just no keys. See, I turned it into something, you know? I made it something. I don't know what I was saying at first, but man, I'm just so good at what I do. I just turned it into something good. I turned it into something great. That's gonna be, I'm putting that on my wall. That's gonna be like one of those Hall of Fame speeches whenever I get inducted into the Rainbow Six Hall of Fame.
Alright. Tyrant is on the rappel here. Somebody breaking his barricades. I'm not sure what that is. Challenging his Zofia might be the key to getting this early pick here. Fellwinter, though, cut down. What is this aggressive play in the angle from Mental down below, I think? I honestly don't even know where that angle came through from, but the opening pick shutting down the Jaeger. Fellwinter has not had the best start off here for Cafe, though we've seen him heat up in the past. Whitlock responds, however, a Nitro Cell kill from the Mute takes out Mental, ending his spree in the round. And the trade back, a good start here. There's only 90 seconds and things could be over with quickly. No, with the vertical control, it looks like somewhat established for Wichita. They might be able to use this to leverage the control of sight. The dock goes down and the shots are landed. Gunner is off the board and Tyrant gets his team to 4-on-3. Wichita might be in a position to find that key, as you mentioned, in order to take a round finally and put Dirty Dan's back in their place.
A huge kill from the dock. Now that means that Dirty Dan's are either going to have to rotate. As you can see, that is what happened. Tumulus now inside of Train Swing, but he loses the fight as Tyrant is just completely locking down Mining as he finds his second kill inside of Mining. He's going to look for a third here. Head not clicked, but a lot of damage done to Zeno. And now it's a 4 versus 2 as the site executes. Starting to look like it's happening. Retake there from Whitlock goes absolutely wrong. And now it's Zeno in a 1 versus 4. He'll take down Faded. Beautiful shot from him, but he's being pressured from all angles right now. 821 Mayo gonna do the deed. And now Wichita Wolves have found the key to unlock their house as they'll take round number 3 here. on the reading defense. Really good stuff from them. Really good stuff.
Tyrant doing an excellent job locking off the pillars rotate, getting those 2 kills, shutting down both the Maestro, or rather I believe it was the Castle. I should have written it down. But Gunner and Cumulus getting both of those kills were so crucial, putting the man advantage in his favor and making sure that the site control was so weak allowed Wichita the perfect opportunity to collapse, to get those final kills and finally put a round on the board. If they're able to get a copy of that key, we could see them take and equalize the round count and maybe finally put themselves back in the fight for this series.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Let's see what happens. I mean, this has just been an extremely close game, at least in Cafe. And I wouldn't say close, but really heavy in terms of gunfights. That is one thing. This has been really heavy in gunfight favors. I mean, whoever wins their gunfights simply takes the round. A meta that has been lost inside of Siege for quite some time. Obviously, the game is starting to evolve into a very frag-heavy game. What it used to be back in the olden days, if you will, is it was an extremely strat-heavy game. It still very much is. I feel like if we look at CS:GO, it's just there's such a heavy layer of strategy inside of Siege that's just different from a lot of other FPS games. But it's starting to be a little bit more lenient towards gunfights. Originally, it was if your strat didn't work, that's it. That's wraps. But now the gunfights are starting to evolve around the strategy, and if you and this game is starting to, if you can't win your gunfights, you don't take the round. It really is as simple as that. If you're looking to watch a game like Siege that just isn't super complex, look no further than this best of 5 grand final here. Is see Mental already trying to get an opening pick here. His Feltwits are going to be pressured out of Piano and into Pixel. Oh no! As he tries to vault over, he's not an Olympic hero. It'll take a little bit of time, and Tyrant will simply take him down. The opening pick not going in the way that Feltwinter absolutely wanted. Wichita Wolves going to get away with quite the opener that honestly probably won't be refragged for quite some time.
Feltwinter needs a little bit more practice on the hurdles. Tyrant will continue his reign. A Nitro kill shot out of the air. Devil barely saves himself. What a close one there. And he saw life flash before his eyes. The control of Cigar taken, though. What are all these flashbangs getting shot up by the Wamaya magnets? Narrowly avoiding getting flashed himself, and there's so much utility being deployed here. Removing with the shotgun, or rather the SMG swing there from Zeno. It sounds off. The refrag, however late, is in the books, and it's a 4-on-4. We saw what happened last time. Dirty Danes were in this position with the even man count and time on their side. They were able to prevail on the top floor, but without the mute sitting inside of the bathroom, things could go differently here, but time, it just continues to go down with no sign of a push in so far for Wichita. Holding the angles, look at this Gunner Potatoes, but the ACOG for Tyrant succeeds his second consecutive double kill, and Gunner looks like he acknowledges what just happened.
Unfortunate loss there. And now it's a 4 versus 3. Dirty Dan's on the back foot. Still a player on rappel right now, however, so they at least know that there are 3 players in the building, and one of them is just chilling on rappel right now until he rappels in. 39 seconds remaining here. Dirty Dan's not stopping the aggression whatsoever. Cumulus will take down Tyrant. That's going to be an even man count now. A huge kill there. Actually, there's somebody on the Heaven rappel right now. Nade toss. It's eaten up by an ADS. Nobody is nearby to burn that either, and I believe there's only one more nade left. Might just have to be a desperate swing, and Whitlock takes down Mayo. The swing is coming. Zeno loses his fight. Tumulus does not, though, and now it's a 1 versus 2. The cross is simply being held. But Whitlock, he'll get caught off guard here, not knowing that the player's coming in! Mental! How does he get away with that? Wichita Wolves off the back of Mental will win the round, and now we're going to be even 2-2, which should have been a round for Wichita. Or a round for Dirty Dan's, rather, turns into a round for Wichita. Oh my, Cafe looking completely different from what Clubhouse was.
That round looked completely off the books for Wichita, but Mental He's not over until the clock strikes 000, leaping on through, taking the control of Freezer as he gets those last 2 desperate kills in the R4C, the perfect weapon to execute the 1-on-2 clutch. A great job from him in the play necessary to even the round count. Like you mentioned, it's a 2-on-2 and things are neck and neck here for Cafe.
Many bombs as they can.
Neck and neck indeed. We have not seen a closer map just like this. I mean, this has turned really into a game of gunfights. We foreshadowed it. While it looked like it was kind of a, I'll say a rough clubhouse, this map is looking completely different. The foreshadowing that I had, this is going to be a close game that comes down to gunfights. This is going to be probably the most exciting best of 5 series you've seen in a while. I think it's starting to come true here, but I'm not going to jinx it any further. Let me just knock on wood real quick as we move into round number 5. It's going to be another cocktail and bar hold. Really, that just came down to user error that entire round. I mean, just a lot of losses early on. For example, Feltwinter, not able to make that Olympic vault over the shield and losing his life on that. And just general unawareness, if you will. It happens to the best of us. Gunner obviously not able to win a gunfight that could have potentially been massive. It really is just user error here for Dirty Dans. So they're going to go back to this and hope that user error has cleared up. Hope that they've fixed their mistakes. But this is a very important round for both of these teams. Round number 5 moving into this. Wichita Wolves could tie this up and or at least take the half or take the round. If they take it, they'll guarantee at least an even scoreline, something that they really need. So this is a very important round, especially for Wichita Wolves.
The swiftness at which Wichita is able to secure control of Christmas is going to be ultimately the deciding factor. We saw in the previous round, they're able to get the control, but removing the shield is just such a difficult task. With so many ADSs, so many magnets spread around inside of Cigar, it just creates such a situation that's so difficult to defend against. The quick peek from Whitlock almost nets him a kill onto the repelled player just outside the minibar window, and he's making the smart play not to over-peek that. All of the ADSs are going to be drained. However, we see more and more magnets are tossed out, though the shield is removed. Gunner, however, he gets revenge for that previous death, taking down Faded, who is so far 0-5 for the gunfights. Not looking good for him, but we've seen Wichita go down before. They're able to claw it back, and it's still doable for them as you hear the exit deploy.
Unfortunately, 0-5 was actually Faded's score, I believe, on round number 5 on Clubhouse. So unfortunate, but he's doing his job. I guess. I would hope he's doing his job. I really don't know if he's doing his job. I'm just trying to make it look better for him. But Wichita Wolves now have a lot of map control. They've secured themselves underneath, but speaking of underneath, Gunner ripping a C4. It won't find its mark, unfortunately. And Wichita Wolves will be able to basically keep Piano safe for them. As Gunner trying to rotate back here. Devil looking for an opening peek right now. Mental and Devil both trying to swing onto this. The shotgun will lose the fight as Mental takes down Zeno. Now pushing up here. Another kill here from Mental. Looking for his third, but his luck will run out as Whitlock gets the kill onto Mental. Now swinging into Pixel. He might be able to get away with this. 3 versus 3. Plants going down. Tumulus takes down Mayo. And now Plant actually going to get cut off here as Whitlock takes down his second kill. It's all up to Tyrant to try and secure this half, or at least make it tied up, but it's not looking too good. In a 1 versus 3, he has full health, and he'll take down Gunner. Swinging wide is gonna be Whitlock, and he'll take down his third kill. Dirty Dan's gonna take round number 5, and they will secure the half, at least making it completely tied up. A round that was super important for the Wichita Wolves will now go in the way of Dirty Dan's. Let's see if the Wolves can bounce back off of that loss as they look to move into the second half. Hopefully, with another round on their belt, maybe an equal round count. No matter what, it's still looking better than Clubhouse, which was a 1-5 split against them. But let's see what they can make of round number 6 here.
Crucial victory in the pocket. The half secured, and Kitchen will be up next for our final defense. Only having been played once so far for Cafe. It was on round number 2. It was that post plant we saw. The closest attempt in that first set of 2. We saw Mental go huge, but ultimately, even with the diffuser down, they weren't able to close it out, and the retake was so successful for Dirty Dan's. We might seem to repeat history. We'll have to wait, and I think Wichita, they have what it takes. Tyrant has started to heat up, but Faded and Devil need to contribute as well. You can't leverage only mental on the Ash and Tyrant with Zoth because you're just focusing on your two players, and if they get taken out, can you really count on the rest of your team to go big and heat up?
Yeah, I mean, this has really just been Mental's game so far, and honestly, that's all I feel it is. Wichita Wolves just not able to get themselves really in the face of Dirty Dan's. It's really just been Mental's game so far, and that's going to have to change if they want to take round number 6. It's really going to have to change if they want to take the map in general. They just can't really allow this to go on the backs of their fraggers. Definitely not a good look here for Wolves, but, I mean, hey. It's just one round separating them, right, at least right now. Let's see if Wichita Wolves can equal out the half as they move on to defense next round, or if Dirty Dan's will take the advantage once again, this time 2-4, as Wichita Wolves will begin their upstairs clear, their patented upstairs clear, if you will. And Feltwinter will begin his patented upstairs roam as he's playing on white stairs here.
Another thing we saw last time the roam was executed by Dirty Dan's was that early pick that went to Gunner on the Bandit. This time we've seen a little bit of a change in operators. No Buck, instead choosing to bring Soft Breach in the form of the Ash, the Sledge, and the Sophia. So it didn't seem like the Buck really played too much of a factor into their post plan, but I think if they had used the skeleton key in opening up the floor, you know, if he hadn't gone down, we might have seen them have an easier job of playing that post plant, because the defenders, they're just allowed to sit inside of kitchen cooking with impunity, holding the angle through the wall or behind the shield inside of Rice every time, and they're not getting that pressure from above, which is so crucial in winning this site.
They've made their way upstairs at least, and there's no one really to contest them at the moment. As actually Tyrant will win the gunfight against Gunner, a swinging and a very ambitious Bandit will lose his life and lose the C4 in his pocket. Completely unused. Tyrant, however, doesn't get away from that one unscathed, so at least there's that, but Wichita Wolves definitely getting that opening that they wanted, and I mean, Dirty Dan just not in a position to respond. Interesting angle here from Xeno. But as you can see, he's being pressured above by Tyrant. There's actually holes above the coat door. Feltwinter, he could make a huge play here, or he could be the second death for Dirty Dan's. Whitlock gonna take down Mental. We've talked about how important Mental is. Tyrant as well will fall to Whitlock. Here comes a fight, and no, Faded, not gonna expect that one. He's 0-6, and now it's gonna be a 2 versus 4. Huge, absolutely huge from both Whitlock and Feltwinter as they'll get away with 3 kills combined. And 23 seconds remaining. You can see Devil challenging from the prep wall here, looking to maybe go for that bomb plant, but Whitlock with his 3rd kill here, and Feltwinter with his 2nd. Dirty Dan's looking like an unstoppable force right now. They'll take the first half 2-4. Shades of Clubhouses. That was a 1-5, but Wichita Wolves now moving on to the defense. Absolutely massive round from both Whitlock and Feltwinter. It's going to be 2-4, and the half going in their favor.
Things could have very well been a 1-5, especially considering how Mental, the second round that they were able to garner was the top floor attack where he went huge, getting the double kill in the final dying seconds. And in that last round, the dynamic vertical control turned against them. Wichita were not prepared to deal with both somebody contesting them on site as well as a roamer flanking through from the white staircase. There was no air jab, there was no track stingers, or even I didn't see a flank drone, and he was just allowed to come through in the midst of the chaos of Whitlock dragging out on site and add more, getting more and more picks, and it didn't seem like there was anybody in a position or anybody even attempting to punish him for it.
Yeah, I really feel like that is the name of the game. It's just punishment. There's not been a lot of it in general from both of these maps. Whenever somebody swings wide, they walk away with quite a damaging amount of kills. we did see like whenever when we talk about punishment, the most extent that we have is just people losing gunfights. There's no trade value going into Cafe, at least. On Clubhouse there was, but on Cafe it's looking definitely a little bit different here, or at least it was for Wichita Wolves. That really was the main reason why they lost 4 rounds. All those 4 rounds really just came down to the fact that they were never traded out. But Wichita Wolves, whenever they took 2 rounds, definitely showed that they had that potential to go for those refrags, something that they were lacking moving into this map. And definitely on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, I feel like, well, Clubhouse was an interesting one, because the one round that they took, or like the rounds that mostly Dirty Dance took, were really close. They were extremely close. I don't feel like it's a good example of not getting refrags. That is an example of getting your trades and simply just not getting enough. It came down to big plays on Clubhouse, and there were trades, but on Cafe it's different. On Cafe there's really not a lot of trades, and whoever's able to get those trades sees a lot of success.
Prior rounds defending the top floor here, we saw all of that utility being placed, and Wichita are going to double down on it, using even more ADSs and shields. However, it's 2 opening picks as Dirty Dance get off and taking down both Mental and Faded. Losing your Jaeger, Mental, such a powerful player, who's had so much impact thus far, but he'll go down without as much of a peep. Gunner losing a little bit of health, but the upside down angle! We just spoke about Gunner, and there he is going off once again. Wichita, with barely any time wasted, are down so far in the man count, and their sight control is weak at best.
Whitlock gonna take down Mayo. Tyrant is literally the only player alive, as Dirty Dance have 5 alive. C4 Rift is not gonna go anywhere. He'll prevent the flawless round here as he takes down Gunner. He's going to need 4 more to win the round, taking a lot of damage from the site that is completely being controlled by Dirty Dance. Plant's starting to go down here, and there's really no way to contest that. Mental does not. Or sorry, that's Feltwinter on the Jaeger, or the Ash. He won't lose that gunfight against Tyrant. Dirty Dance will take the next round here. They're really starting to hammer away at this momentum. It's a 2-5. Definitely shades of Clubhouse, as that's exactly what the scoreline was by round number 8.
Yeah, and last time we saw Wichita and Dirty Dance in a 2-5 score line. I know what happened next. It was Dirty Dance to collect 2 consecutive, very strong, near-flawless rounds to end Clubhouse. And Wichita, they need to change something up, because at every opportunity, it's just superior gunplay, skill. Something is going wrong, and we talked about way earlier that analogy of the key to winning these rounds. It doesn't seem like they're able to find and repeat that success that they did have. Round number 3 was the only victory that I would consider really a solid team play focused round. The other round was a huge play. I mean, I'll give it to Mental. He came up and went big when he needed to, but it doesn't inspire confidence in the way the Dirty Dance are taking these rounds, just like that last one. I mean, they get pick after pick. They know the angles that they need to take, and Wichita played right into that at every single opportunity, and it's not happening for Wichita. The same cannot be said for them, and they need to figure it out. Otherwise, we're going to be heading to our 3rd map. Wichita are going to be down 0-2, and it's not going to be really within their reach with how Dirty Dance are playing.
Yep, I absolutely agree with what you have to say there. Devil on the Clash. That is really interesting, as he is the, not the only player with not a single kill, but, sorry, Faded and Devil. Stuff happens. It happens to the best of us. But he's going to be that main supporting player. As you can see, every single flashbang in the lobby right now has just been used. All 9 of them gone, and that's going to prompt the shield inside a bathroom to get completely destroyed. Now, Mental's going to have to play off of Devil in hopes of holding Pillar, but he's also being pressured from behind. So much pressure right now being applied by Dirty Dance, and Mental's going to fall off of it. It's going to be all Devil to hold off this push from Piano. That's going to be pretty difficult for him to do. He has Tyrant underneath with a possible C4 opportunity, but let's see what happens. Ping's coming on out here. Tyrant looking for that, just waiting for the right opportunity. It's going to be ripped on that yellow ping, and it's just going to be placed for now. Nothing just yet. He's going to wait for the perfect opportunity. Devil's just going to say blow it right now, and that's when it'll go off, but so far not just yet here. Mental, the opening pick onto Gunner. So although he's not pressuring with the Clash, he's able to get a kill here, and now he actually has rejoined the Clash inside of Piano. C4 ripped, they're not going to blow anything, just up. But the retake here, oh, Fellwinter! Jeez, oh my, what a beautiful shot. He'll get the refrag, and now it's going to be a 4 versus 3 as Mayo takes down Whitlock. It's coming down to a lot of gunfights here. Devil's still alive here. Mayo with the second kill. It's going to be Tumulus, and now faded onto Zeno. It's falling apart here for Dirty Dance. Nomad going to go off here. That's going to be a free kill there from Faded, but Feltwinter taking so much damage right now. He's going to wrap around here. Hopefully maybe trying to catch the Clash off guard, but hasn't happened just yet. 53 seconds. Time is not really a main issue right now. It's gunfights. What a beautiful shot from Tyrant and Wichita Wolves. They're not looking to get into match point just yet unless it's on their terms. 3-5 now.
Fighting tooth and nail, it's guerrilla warfare keeping Wichita alive. The Maestro doing the work necessary. Those 2 picks that he got were oh so important. If he hadn't gotten them, we might have seen the trade game fly out from Dirty Dance and simply smother what was left. But Devil, he was so quiet for so long in these first 2 maps, but finally answering the call and screaming, "I am here to fight!"
Absolutely. They are here to fight. They're here to play. They're keeping the momentum going for them. 2 more rounds are needed to equalize against Dirty Dance, who are looking extremely good, but that round definitely didn't show their prowess. That didn't look too good from them. Really well played there from Wichita. I mean, they held on to control no matter how much pressure was being applied to them, and I feel like that was definitely really important for how they ended up winning that round. So, let's see what happens. Is an extension outside of Freezer is going to be had here, as Mayo also reinforces Garage. This is an extremely interesting strategy that we're looking at right now.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, reinforcing only 1/2 of the garage wall. My guess is that it's to deny the angle to be held down through the hall and into kind of the bar restaurant lobby area. We see the castle barricade deployed as well in the restaurant double window, and I've seen an interpretation of the strategy, though with the rotation here as well. This is a little bit of a different version. We'll see the Goyo in play, and he's not really seen too much use so far in these first 2 maps, which is surprising considering how strong of an operator he is. And Devil is still fragging out. He's able to shut down, I believe that was the Ash inside of maybe small bakery window, though Whitlock with the headshot taps it. A refrag by Faded. Wichita Wolves are looking so much better. The trades are coming out and the guns are alive.
See if they can keep it up here, as there's so much extension being had by Wichita, and Dirty Dan just can't get in. It's going to be another entry, and it's just back and forth entries that are just not going well. Oh, Whitlock with 3, though. Huge from him, as he's able to take down another. And Zeno onto 821 Mayo. The round is flipped on its head here, as Wichita Wolves now down to 1 man, and that's Tyrant. He's got a Vector in hand. It's not the very popular gun of choice in general in this game. It's not the best, but let's see if he can work with it. 2 minutes have gone by here. Zeno with another. Dirty Dance taking a round they absolutely should not have taken on any circumstance. And now it's match point for them. Wichita Wolves thought they had it, but they just lost so many gunfights, not only to the Zofia, but also to the Nomad. Dirty Dans. They should not have taken that round under any circumstance.
What just happened? I mean, Wichita, they had great picks. Mental, he was playing aggressive and being rewarded, but it wasn't over. And Whitlock did the work necessary. And Zeno coming up huge with the Nomad to collect those final 2 kills in the 2-on-2. And what a situation we just saw. That round erupted and went huge.
That was just super well played by Whitlock and Zeno. Whew. Definitely the plays that they need, looking at $2,000 prize pool. And Cafe, I mean, it is Dirty Dan's map, to be fair, if we're looking at that value, but Dirty Dan's are just looking monstrous, especially Whitlock and Zeno. I mean, look at that kill feed. Everyone is really doing their job on the side of Dirty Dan's. But yeah, that is the play that you need if you're looking at a $2,000 prize pool right now, which is split, I believe. It's 1,200 for the winning team, 500 for second place, and man, why am I casting? I want to get in on this. What the heck? I want some money. I want 1,000. Stick, you want to hop in the lobby after this? Let's get like a cut of the prize pool.
Just load it up, yeah, and get in. Dirty Dan's, they see that prize pool and they're hungry. They're fighting so.
I would be too.
Right, and they're fighting in every single round, tooth and nail. They're not giving up. And Wichita, they've made so many valiant attempts, but only in 2 maps, scoring, I believe, a total of 5 rounds so far. And when you're in a best of 5 like this, you just can't do that. The nade will sail out and barely collect, though it does not really do too much damage as you might have hoped. And the Maestro will just resume that position. A second grenade also misses. I don't think getting the evil eye either. And this is going to continue to punish them. The utility game from Dirty Dan's not successful so far in clearing him. And Whitlock, one of the power players, 13 and 5, will go down. The Maestro leaping up, however, cut off by Gunner, who lands the headshot with that wonderful buck assault rifle. The ACOG ready for the task. Can definitely do a ton of work. And Gunner, though a little bit outshined by Whitlock, we've seen him do the devil's work and go huge. Such a great player in this series. It's match point, however. The even man count, 4 on 4. Dirty Dan's, if there's any sign of mistake, any sign of weakness, Dirty Dan's could capitalize on that, though. Mental getting himself a double kill. He takes down Gunner. That's both of those so impactful players for Dirty Dan gone. Your spearhead blunted. And now Dirty Dan's, they need to come up here. Feltwinter, such a great player. He's got the R4C on Ash, and now he needs to get these crucial shots. And he does with the kill onto Tyrant. It's a 3-on-3. This is going to be a tough fight, though. The player inside of coat check. It's a long angle. The gas canister will choke him out. But Mental goes down. Tumulus dead. Rather the pick. Zeno goes down. It's a 2-on-2.
53 seconds remaining now, and it's a 2 versus 2. The crossfire is being held by Dirty Dan, or by Wichita. Look absolutely fatal. Oh, but Feltwinter, he's got a 1x sight, but he's just getting away with fights that he absolutely should not be recoiled, not going in the way of Faded. He's all alone in this 1 versus 2, and Dirty Dan's absolutely know that. Plant's gonna start to go down here. Swing from the smoke, as that's the only option he has. But Feltwinter, the massive round for him, and he'll take map number 2. Holy hell, Feltwinter, what have you taken before this map? Cafe goes in the way of Dirty Dan's. They're up 2-0, and Wichita Wolves, no response from them.
What a play by Feltwinter. I thought it was all done, but Dirty Dan's, they proved that all 5 of their players, they can do what necessitates the win, and Feltwinter will end at 9-6. A great play by him in the final round. And Mental, a valiant effort, scoring 13 frags, but ultimately his team falls in the map pick. A 7-3 win on Cafe to add to their 7-2 previously on Clubhouse, and these 2 maps have been an absolute slaughterhouse so far. Dirty Dan's, they're only 1 map away from their lion's share of our $2,000 prize pool.
It's been a very close one here, or actually not really. Excuse me. Dirty Dan's have just been looking unsurmountable. 7-2 and 7-3 as they take map number 2. We'll be right back, though. We're going to cut to a short break here for both my voice, Sticula's voice, and for the players here. Really good start here from Dirty Dan's. Probably the best we've seen in a best of 5 grand final. Map number 3 on the horizon here. Actually, I'll leave you with a map band screen so you can know exactly where we sit here real quickly before we head into that break. So it is going to be map number 3. That is Villa. And it is Wichita Wolves' pick. Can they come back here? They lost their first pick on Clubhouse. They lost Dirty Dan's pick on Cafe, but now they come back to theirs. It's going to be Villa to be map number 3. Let's see if they can get it done here. But we'll be back very shortly with that, as we're going to need a little bit of a break here for all the players and obviously everyone else. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Upsurge Premier League Grand Finals. Wichita Wolves versus Dirty Dan's just wrapped up their second map, and so far, Dirty Dan's are off to the races. A 2-0 lead for them in this best-of-5 Grand Finals, and things are going so well for them. Only 5 rounds lost to Wichita so far, and Dirty Dan's, they could end this on our next map, which, according to my notes, looks like it will be Villa. So we've got a great map ahead of us. Villa, incredibly strat heavy, and I think that plays into Dirty Dan's disposition. They really have the utmost experience. All of their players have been on so many teams and have been around this scene for so long that playing on a strat heavy map like Villa really allows them to flourish to their utmost, and especially combining what can be a slow-paced map with their incredible gun skill. I think this one is going to be really, really quick, and we'll have to wait and see. And I think we are ready to go, as we'll have Frost joining us back in the call. And just as soon as both teams are good to go, we'll head into Villa. But before we get started, what are your thoughts about this matchup?
It's going to be really interesting to see us go onto Villa, a map that Wichita Wolves picked, but moving into this, they are on the attack. Now, historically, Villa has been a very defender-sided map, but it's slowly transitioning more towards an even-sided map, but we'll have to see as we move in to map number 3 here. Villa is ready. Both of our teams, I believe, are also ready, so we should be hopping in very, very shortly into a map that's going to be really exciting to conclude our series. Let's see what happens.
I'm really excited to see how Dirty Dan's begin on their defense here for Villa. I think it's really going to show how much skill, and if you take a look at a recent matchup, which this one might echo, was G2 versus Virtus Pro. I think that was actually just earlier today, or it was today, right? And so we've got a Villa match fresh in our minds. It's definitely a good match, and I would encourage you guys to check it out if you haven't already. I won't give you the spoilers, but a lot of the action. And moving into our op bans, once again, Thatcher is removed. Who could have guessed it?
3 for 3 right now. Has not been unbanned at all so far, and that's really been hurting. Wichita Wolves now going to see how they they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Capital was their ban last time on Cafe. I don't see that being the Villa ban, though. I was absolutely incorrect. I take everything what I just said back. Capital going to be banned by Wichita Wolves. I wouldn't say as prominent of an operator on Villa as he is on Cafe, but still a hard-hitting ban. Capital obviously very consistent. Definitely can help. Mira also going to be off the board. But yeah, Wichita Wolves, they're definitely going to need every advantage that they can get moving into this, as they are down 2 maps. Very convincing so far from Dirty Dan's.
The Mira and the Echo ban, I think that was exactly the same ops as we saw banned on Cafe. Yeah, it was. So not too much different in our Villa map, and this could be the end of the op bans as we see it for this series. If Dirty Dan's are able to close it out on this map, if they've got the endurance, the momentum, and the will to end it here and now, we could very well see that. And with how it seems that Dirty Dan's are able to end the half, always the first half in their favor. We saw in Clubhouse, they ended it 5-1, and then on Cafe it was 4-2, a little bit closer on our second map, but with a map like Villa, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them secure another 4-2 half.
Let's ask the crowd what they think. Chat, what do you think is going to happen this game? We're moving into map number 3 here. Get hyped, get excited. Who's taking the map? And the crowd will go wild within 3 minutes of us saying this. But I can't wait for 3 minutes to be up. Let's see what the crowd thinks, as this has definitely been a Wichita Wolves favorite chat, if you will. They definitely have been. There's definitely a lot of, I guess I should say, ambitious Wichita Wolves fans, hoping that they can go for this reverse sweep. Obviously, anything is possible in the game of Siege. The best of 5 series kicking us off with 2 maps here. Dirty Dan's taking both, and there's only 1 map right now separating them from winning this entire league. Let's see if they can do it here as round number 1 will begin. Their defense will begin. It's going to be a very typical extension out on the main stairs. for an Aviator Games hold.
One thing to remind the viewers is that prize pool. Dirty Dan's, if they take this win, if they get a 3-0 or any other scoreline where they come out on top, it'll be a $1,200 paycheck. Wouldn't you like to have that much money for winning a league?
Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's no money to shy away from.
Right, and if Wichita Wolves, even if they lose, they've been hard fought this season, winning all of their games, I believe, or coming at least pretty close to there. They have a plus 15 round differential, which is decent for the season. And even if they lose this, $500 will be going their way, so not too bad, but I imagine they're probably going to be fighting for that 4-digit paycheck.
Yep, definitely, as they're going to have a mounting comeback to go up against here. They're going to need 3 maps in a row to lock this out here. And Dirty Dan's might just lock it out before they can. Clear here from Wichita Wolves as Gunner swinging zombie door right now. Tyrant going to lose his HP on top red. So a little bit of an opening engagement here is Zeno going to have to fall off of the shield inside of B. Gunner really not holding back on these peaks right now. Study still not being secured by the Wichita Wolves, but it might not matter here. Gunner getting really aggressive here, dying to the Zofia and Zombie, and it's going to be the opening pick going in the way of Wichita Wolves. And now they'll start to make their way over into Study as well. Feltwinter, I believe, is still chilling on top main with a shield fully intact. So, actually, he's on main stairs right now. The shield has been removed, but he'll still be there. Wow, Tyrant, another shot here, and he'll take down Whitlock.
Starting off big, we've seen him be such an impactful player, especially combined, working with mental, but starting it off, shutting down both the Amai and the Maestro are 2 incredibly valuable opening picks, and those Evil Eyes are not going to really be able to stop this plant, which we see going down at the hands of Devil, and it will be successful. The rotate cut down as Feltwinter's dead, and it's a 5-on-2. We could be racing towards a flawless round as the rotate, however, a nice little shot there from Tumulus on the SMG-11, but he's going to have to contest with somebody inside Zombie. That's Tyrant, his 3rd kill of the round. Reigning in terror so far, and it's a 4 versus 1 with so little help for Zeno. Tyrant! More and more frags. That's a 4K for round number 1 as Wichita Wolves are just absolutely going insane.
Tyrant with 4 kills on Zombie Door. Incredible stuff from him, and that'll be the round. Like you said, for Wichita Wolves, an opening that they absolutely needed here, and a very dominating one as well. This could be the momentum swing going in their favor now as they move on to round number 2 here. Map 3 could look like a completely different battlefield from what we saw in Clubhouse and what we saw on Cafe. We'll just have to see now as Aviator Games is going to be reattempted now by Dirty Dan's. Let's see if they can try and lock this out one more time, see if they can at least tie it up here. Honestly, really well taken there from Wichita Wolves. I feel like their split take really went well there. Everyone was swinging Tyrant, and Tyrant was just not holding back, and the fact that he was able to win those gunfights, I feel like, was basically what won them that round. So great start there from Tyrant. Wichita Wolves, good split take again, and honestly, not a lot of pressure from Dan's. They all tried to peek one doorway and lost it quite a bit.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Not a great start for them on Villa, though we've seen this situation before. Wichita start off on a new map, taking the first round. That was the story of Clubhouse. They were able to begin with a win on Church, and after that, Dirty Dan's claimed 5 rounds in a row, and they could very well do that again, especially with a defensive-sided map. You mentioned that it does trend a little bit more towards the even state, and that's kind of just how the game Siege and the meta's trending recently. But with such a great team like Dirty Dan's, I could easily see them making the necessary adaptations to be able to score those next 5 rounds, or at the very least end the half in a favorable position.
Wichita Wolves going to once again begin this clear of the northeast side of that bedroom take, and I mean, this worked out really well last time because everyone swung Tyrant, and I'm really surprised that Tyrant was able to go 4 for 4 on that door. That just blows my mind still that he's able to do that. But let's see what Dirty Dance will do in response. Honestly, I feel like Whitlock's position inside of 90 could be a huge factor of this round. That's one thing that wasn't applied last round, was pressure from 90. There was no pressure on Wichita Wolves to go for this take. They really had this in the bag with not a lot of issues. But you can see they're clearing underneath. They're clearing just about everything right now, and a lot of ground taken here with only 1 minute down.
The angle, like you mentioned, is still being held down 90 Hall. A lucky wallbang through the connector wall could get them a kill. The Felt Winter will open things up. Opposite of what we saw in the last round, as he's scoring kill against the Hibana. It's going to hurt. That hard-breaching utility removed before, I think, even being deployed, or at least not successfully. And that's going to really hamper their push. Last time we saw, I believe the study wall opened up, and that gave them a great angle in through the vault, though it didn't seem like they even needed. Tyrant was able to get his 4 in the previous round, and that was their path to victory. Pushing on in, it's an attempted take of the site, but Gunner, he's fighting hard to keep that control.
Shades of last round, except this time around, Dirty Dans are the ones with the opening peak. And the opening kill. Tyrant still chilling on zombie door right now. Impact gonna go through, and it's gonna take down that one. Maestro camera. Smoke grenade gonna force Tyrant out of zombie, however. Or at least force the peak, and that might be really good here for Dirty Dance. Wichita Wolves have control of 90, but that's currently being contested from the bar door. Stuns coming on out here. An ambitious peak coming on out right now. Devil loses his fight against Whitlock. And now 90 still being held on by the Wamai. Looking for a second there. Oh, he doesn't win it. Tyrant wins it instead, and Mayo will equal out the man count from Study. Now looking to make his way in once again from Zombie, looking to get into games. But there's one sitting inside of Aviator. It's Gunner. He'll take down 2, but Mental will get the refrag. It's a 1 versus 2. Whitlock and Zeno. Or sorry, Tumulus and Zeno looking to hold this off here. Mental has absolutely no time right now to play games. A beautiful shot here onto Zeno. It's a miracle if he can do it, but the smoke peaks wide. Tumulus gets the kill onto Mental. Then Dirty Dans will respond with a round of their own. It was almost a nail biter. Turns into a round here for Dirty Dans. They'll equal out the score very early on.
They saw what went wrong in that first round and looked to rectify it with a great response. Successful defense of AVG, and unfortunate for Tyrant, it was not able to go nuclear like we saw from his prior round. And in that one, the failure to check the corner next to the main breach unfortunately led to his demise. The angle held smartly by the Maestro, who almost scored himself a triple kill, just pre-firing all of those angles onto the player behind the vault door, behind the maps, and then eventually coming in through a study push. Though ultimately it was his teammates. A great attempt in Mental on the Ash. Almost got another one of those Wanderlust plays where he takes all of the engagements and hits those headshots with the R4C. Though ultimately, we did see Tumulus. He came out on top, and he showed up when it was needed.
Absolutely there. The swing from Tumulus. Honestly, it was kind of a last second. But you know what? It works out. I really feel like what Wichita Wolves did, or what Dirty Dans rather did differently than last time, was their map control. Whitlock held on to 90 with an iron fist for as long as he could, and Wichita just weren't able to break that until later in the round. Then, whenever it came to that site execute, I mean, the fatal missed drone or missed call, whatever may have it, resulted in Gunner just sitting inside of Aviator while the plant starts to go down. You can't really cover against that. He's just sitting in a corner. You can't peek that. I feel like the diffuser, that was a little bit premature from them. Trying to go for that plant without even knowing if the site was clear or not. It gave up the diffuser, and it really forced Wichita to scramble for whatever they could. And the resulting result was a round for Dirty Dans.
Mental going to be creeping on down the 90 Hall, clearing games. Good control from them, and if they're able to make the necessary take in time. This could be a good spot for them, though. Check out how much utility is stacked up here for Red Landing. You don't often see a team try to hold this so desperately and remove any possibility for them to push through without dedicating all of that utility. Maybe this will be successful, though. We see Whitlock. He's got a great angle, and Dirty Dance, they're the type of team to come out with an innovative strategy like this and find success.
Villa definitely a game of strats here as Feltwinter is still sitting on red stairs here. That's going to be really dangerous, but somebody will actually drop down from zombie window and force their way out of that one. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this can be a very strat-heavy map. Pretty much counter to what we've seen from both of these maps here. Again, missed drone. H21 Mail will just sprint in thinking he's completely safe. And Feltwinter will walk away with that one, and now we'll start to head on the flank, not being punished whatsoever. Can see Gunner. Oh, Whitlock swinging wide but faded, sitting inside of Boar. Zeno with 81 bullets will take down Tyrant at the same time here. Devil losing a lot of HP. And again, faded with a second kill. Gunner will take down Mental at the same time here. 3 versus 2. Flank from Feltwinter. It's a little bit late here, but he's going to find Devil. He'll look for one, and Boar, he'll get it! Dirty Dance will take yet another round by a flank of Feltwinter. So much misdroning, so much missed calls. And Wichita Wolves will suffer as a result.
What a round in the take. Coming into Red Landing ultimately failed. They did a perfect job setting that up, baiting them into trying to take control through 90 long, 90 short, and eventually getting inside a connector gave Feltwinter the perfect opportunity. He collected the kill. The Sledge, I believe, had no idea trying to shoot through either from sofa door or in through pig. Either way, he came up and he was in a spot where he had no cover and he simply could not see the Jaeger in his periphery. The kill from the red stairs then translated into a flank, sneaking up through study, and the 2 final kills to end that round. Dirty Dans, they might look to make my earlier statement true.
Let's see what happens here as they are up one, at least in terms of deficit here, as we're moving into kitchen and dining. So obviously that tertiary bomb site, let's see if they can complete the trifecta that they've been so successful on these past few maps. But yeah, Wichita Wolves definitely starting to see the effects of why playing attack on every single round, or playing attack first rather on every single map, might come back to haunt them. We can't say for certain just yet, though. Villa is looking a little bit, you know, I wouldn't say one-sided just yet. So this can go either way so far, but Dirty Dan's looking to come out swinging. As again, they take the lead. That's something that's definitely going to be on the minds of Wichita Wolves. Something they cannot absolutely forget here is it's going to be a very heavy top floor hold. Goyo shields and normal shields alike from both Gunner and Whitlock, as they're looking to hold off completely the push that Wichita Wolves have. Something that they can definitely get going is a push. Their pushes definitely get a good grip in terms of momentum, but whenever it comes down to gunfights, whenever it comes down to that map control that they absolutely need, that's when things get shaky. But early game, they definitely look really strong. And now Dirty Dan's bringing this strategy out, looking to kind of take that control game to Wichita Wolves, take the gunfights to them. Let's see if it works out here.
So after successfully defending both Statuary and AVG, working our way back, we will now be heading down to the first floor. Dining has seen a real increase in the amount of teams that like to play it, and to see Dirty Dan's bring it out definitely is something I would consider as a real possibility, and we see them, and we're going to do just that. Holding upstairs, the vertical extension is definitely the right play to make, but Tyrant! He opens it up, another kill on the Zofia, and he shuts down Gunner. Unfortunate you lose that pick so early. And it's another one. Mayo working to clear out Feltwinter. Wichita Wolves making a strong opening statement as they get these first 2 picks. Whitlock could get a frag here if they aren't careful to clear him, though he decides to make the smart decision, retreat back down to the first floor, and wait to play his cards. A great start from Wichita, and it's another kill! Cumulus is down, and now it's only 2 players left from Dirty Dan's.
Not stopping whatsoever here. Zeno stuck inside a bike with a shotgun. He'll take the gunfight to Mental and lose it. It's looking like Wichita taking their first ever flawless round here. Let's see if they can do it. Nope, shut down by Whitlock as he takes down 2. He'll take down Mayo and double from above, and he has the diffuser, making that very aware to us casters as he looks exactly right at it. Possibly looking for a third right now as he's holding the laundry door. Mental knows, though. Oh, the timing there from Whitlock. Unfavorable for him. Looking for another peek, but he can't take down Faded, who wasn't looking too hot on these recent 2 maps, but he has definitely stepped it up on Villa. Round number 4. It's going to be tied up 2-2 now, as Wichita Wolves looking to make a statement and looking to come back here. This is where we were on Cafe. This exact same scoreline. Wolves really need to keep up the momentum.
Wichita, they see Dirty Dan's vertical extensions and they say, you know what? I'm going to raise you 4 consecutive opening picks. What a magnificent, enormous start for them on this round. They equalized it yet again. It's 2-2, though we were in the same position on Cafe. They were able to clutch it up on round 4, according to my notes, but then after that, things just went completely awry and off the board. It was back-to-back rounds. But Dirty Dan's, they could just take another look and say, hey, we lose to you guys. That just gives us an opportunity to figure out how you want to attack it, quickly make the adaptations that Dirty Dan's are so good at, and continue to succeed. They need 2 more rounds to have a successful half. And with that last round loss, I don't know if that's achievable.
We'll definitely have to see what happens. Honestly, this has just been a game that has kind of been unpredictable in some way. Yes, the scoreline definitely not looking favorable for previous rounds. But honestly, I feel like Villa is one of those maps where it's like anything can happen. This is anything goes. It's a great map 3 because really, we can't predict it. Yeah, I don't think anyone can predict what happens here because, to be honest, a lot of us thought that Wichita were going to have quite an awful start. It's Villa. I mean, Villa has been famously defender-sided, but now they're bringing us 2-2. They're equal. They're at a scoreline where if they lose this round, it won't affect them too much, but it looks like they're not even heading in that direction, nowhere near it, as a matter of fact. Feltwinter, the opening death here, who has been such a power player on these recent 2 maps of Cafe and Villa, and he's fallen already.
Not a great start for him, though Gunner will avenge his death, and shutting down Tyrant, that's the kind of pick that you want. The top fragger currently for Wichita, 6-3, and Zeno to build with a kill onto Mayo. Your sledge is down, so 2 of your soft breach operators combined with Sophia's concussions and Sledge's nades, as well as all of that gunpowder that those 2 players have. 2 good picks. Feltwinter going down, not the best, but Dirty Dan's are certainly in strong position. The Bandit, a hipfire shot, and he gets...
Jeez, that is so unlucky. Okay, we're good. That is just the most unlucky thing ever.
Yeah, unfortunate. But back to the action regardless. Round number 6. The score, as you can see, currently 2-3. To recap that last round, it was a good start by Wichita. They were able to garner the opening pick, but the trade game by Dirty Dan's and a misplay at top of study by the Habana ultimately led to a place where Dirty Dan's were able to take the round, and a misplay by Feltwinter. He charges down the stairs, but caught out by Mental. What was that? What did he just try to do there? I think he completely misjudged where the Ash was at, and that'll give them the opening pick that I talked about. Its importance so much in this map, and Whitlock on low health as well, I believe, possibly because of that soft breach. So a good and smart play by Wichita to know, look below and blow him to bits. They could easily get this pick now, and they only need to land a couple of shots, but the Maestro will be getting it. He takes down Devil, your IQ off the board, and that G8 is punished. They're ultimately winning out, and Cumulus with one as well. The Maestro almost able to get a pick onto Tyrant, though he stands strong at 100 health. A 3-on-4. Gunner, however, seeks to change that as he shuts down Mental. The Ash player dead. What a pick, and impacts are flying out.
It's gonna be so many crossfires as Whitlock takes down 2, and Dirty Dan's, they're looking nothing short of unstoppable right now. Oh, that's just so unlucky there, that little crossfire that they had. But holy heck. Dirty Dan's looking unstoppable right now. 2-4 for them as they move into the next half in the lead. This has just been such a convincing game so far from Dirty Dan's. The response from Wichita Wolves, however, looking a little bit better than usual. Let's see if they can come back here. I'm not counting them out just yet. They might be down 2 maps, but they are definitely not out.
3 rounds away. Dirty Dan's are getting closer and closer to that $1,200 prize. But, as you mentioned, Wichita Wolves are going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that this match does not swing in the opposite direction. They have been so close in many of these rounds, as close as we've seen, I would bargain so far, and they can really get it done. Ultimately, though, they need to make sure that these mistakes and these opportunities for Dirty Dan's, I just thought they were Digital Dynasty, are not given the opportunity to get those picks. You need to build upon the opening kill. We saw in that last round, what a weird play by Feltwinter. He went down the stairs and got caught out, but ultimately, they didn't build upon it. The kill was not translated into any more control than you would typically expect.
Yeah, I mean, the map control is just such a big part of Villa. Not only that, but also strategy and how you go about controlling the map. And Wichita Wolves, they had a great start. Again, it's just this, their beginning rounds look so good. And then they start falling off. They start playing the exact same. They become a little bit predictable, and they maybe become a little bit overconfident. That is something that Wichita Wolves right now, or sorry, Dirty Dan's rather, are exploiting. We'll see a little bit of a study hold here. Mayo sitting on top of a reinforced hatch with a deployable shield right in front of the window, and presumably ADSs and magnets galore. But Gunner might have another plan for him as he's getting underneath. He obviously is the nades. He can be the main thing that forces Devil out of this position. Wow, Gunner actually going to lose HP off of this as well. Nade toss there under the floor. It deals a little bit of damage to Faded, but that's about it here. Let's see how they can break this study hold without, you know, much of an ADS clear. Only one nade now. Sorry, that's Mayo on the shield. Excuse me.
Flashbang's tossed out by Feltwinter. He died early in the previous round, though now, as he's on his signature Ash, we might not see the same thing happening. However, Mental is just flanking up the staircase, and he might be able to spot out the Ash. He sees the IQ, but the missed opportunity, and he gets killed! Punished, the definition by Feltwinter. What an unfortunate situation. Whitlock on low health, but the kill is not garnered his way. Devil to respond. However, the Wamai landing the shots with the AUG. The trade is in, but at what cost?
That is so unfortunate. Now the red control is just going to be handedly here for Dirty Dan's. Crossfires everywhere, and Devil just cannot catch a break here as Gunner on the study window, I believe. Here, a swing from Faded, though. Looking for a little bit of a spray transfer. We'll take the head off of Zeno, drop the diffuser right outside of zombie door now. That diffuser is going to have to be recovered here. A little bit of map control going to have to be extended from these attackers. And they will recover the diffuser here, as you can see by our announcer in game here. Swing by Tumulus. It doesn't take 25 bullets, but he manages to make it work. He'll take down Mayo and gain control of Study here. And another kill from Gunner as he takes down Tyrant. No matter what corner Wichita Wolves take, they'll always end up in a crossfire. Gunner gonna fall now. 12 bullets left here for Faded. That's all he's got to win a 1 versus 2, the unlikeliest situation ever. He'll use a lot of those bullets on Gunner's head as the diffuser's starting to go down. Smoke grenade. Oh, it's caught off on the wall. That's not going to deal enough damage in time. Oh, Whitlock goes down, though. Faded will take down Whitlock. I didn't even peep the HP there from the IQ. It's all up to Tumulus in a 1 versus 1. The bullets from Faded. Only 8 remain. It is such a tense situation for the Smoke as he tries to look for a peek here. Tumulus smoked out now by Faded. Here comes a swing. Oh, it's so low HP. Here comes a shotgun. Tumulus is on the floor, and he does it. He'll take down Faded. Dirty Dan's secure round number 7.
What a play to the smoke. He was so close. Maybe, just maybe, if he had any amount more of ammo, but unfortunate Hibana, Cumulus. What a smart play going prone. All she needed to do was hit those shots in that SMG. It fires so fast, and she knew she could count on it. Dirty Dans are only 2 rounds away from taking our series here. Wichita Wolves, where are you?
This is super, super close here. Or sorry, not super close. Sorry, super. I don't know why I said close. I gotta think of another word here. I've been saying the same sentence a lot because honestly, that's how this game has been. It's been heavily in the control of Dirty Dans. I've had to say time and time again that it's their game. I've almost run out of words to say how one-sided it is right now for Dirty Dans. This grand final has only been going on for like. We started at 6. It's been going on for exactly 2 hours, and we are almost at the conclusion of map number 3. Wichita Wolves really need to get themselves back on this game. This has just been super one-sided, and the Wolves, no matter what strategy they've been bringing, they have just been outgunned around every single corner. The crossfires that are being held by Dirty Dans are just unbreakable. It is just super unfortunate right now. Wolves can't seem to find themselves getting much map control at all or trying to go for any sort of retake because no matter what, Dirty Dans are just holding a crossfire. That is all Villa. Villa is all crossfires. And right now, Dirty Dans are making the best of that.
Dirty Dans are triumphant. I mean, every round an early attempt to break free is made, but they're clamped down on and always ready. Dirty Dans, they don't give up. They might go down, they might lose the opening pick, they might have something weird or unexpected happen, but it doesn't matter. They are able to recover in a way that I haven't seen from many teams, and it's such a credit to them. Wichita only getting 2 rounds so far, and I talked about how this might mirror Cafe. Well, we veered off script a little bit. Devil, however, the opening pick, will that finally be the difference maker? He takes out Zeno, your Nomad, down for the count, and I don't think she really had enough time to deploy her air jab, so the effect of that could be lethal.
Absolutely, the air jabs are all gone now. The flanks have been opened up here for Wichita Wolves, and the opening kill going in the way of Wichita Wolves. Definitely something that they absolutely need right now. They can basically take any victory that they get. It's Feltwinder looking for that underneath clear. I believe they have secured underneath. There's a player sitting bottom red, however, that's something that Dirty Dans are going to have to watch out for. Gunner, an interesting angle. Oh, Devil! How does he win that one? He'll find his second kill. And that'll be on the sledge with quite the beautiful shot. And Feltwinter, he's on the bottom Astro right now. He'll take down Mental. Now starting to move his way up Astro stairs. He's not very happy about that one. Devil will find his 3rd kill here. That's onto Whitlock. Here comes a flank. It's not red, however. Feltwinter loses it. It's going to be Tyrant to take him down. A 1 versus 4 now for Tumulus. He's got diffuser control, but he's got every avenue being opened up around him here for Wichita Wolves. Hat's gonna get exploded as a distraction, and Faded will swing. Wichita Wolves will take round number 8. Something around that they absolutely needed. They'll have to go down onto a tertiary bomb site. Let's see if they can make it work, though. As finally, they'll get a round under the belt.
Things are so desperate in this match, but a great job, Devil, the MVP of that round by a mile, getting 3 incredible picks. Not only did he remove Nomad's air jabs, all of that utility gone immediately with that early opening kill, but he was able to win a gunfight that he had no business at all of taking. The prone angle by Gunner, it was so creative, but Devil, he had the AUG and he had the upper hand. He took it, and we got to see his, we didn't get to see his 3rd kill went off camera, but ultimately a massive triple kill to keep Wichita Wolves, all their players and all their fans' hopes alive in the series. 2 rounds away from equalizing it, but Dirty Dans, they could very well send us to OT.
We're going to be going for another study hold here. As you can see, A21 Mayo setting up that shield and hatch reinforcement, and it's looking pretty... standard for the Wolves, but standard is just not what we need. Absolutely not what we need here from Wichita Wolves. They need some sort of breakout strategy. They need something different to try and get themselves on the upper hand. They need something right now. There is no ifs at this point. This is the last map, possibly, for Wichita Wolves. They are living on the edge right now. 2 maps down. They only need, Dirty Dan's rather, only need Villa. They only need 1 map to secure this. And Wichita Wolves, they haven't been adapting too much. Something that they absolutely need to do. Although, they did win last round. Came down to gunfights, and Wolves definitely coming out on top. Let's see if they can ride that momentum now as Devil lurking all the way over in Trophy. Looking for a possibly aggressive play. As Dirty Dan's looking to clear out from the bathroom side. Or sorry, the bedroom side.
Devil attempting a pre-fire. He's riding high off of that massive play he achieved in the last round, but he doesn't commit to it. Mental, however, gets a massive pick as he shuts down the hard breacher. Cumulus is dead, and the walls of study are going to stand tall. There's no more possibility of getting that open, and it seems like whenever Wichita are able to shut that down, remove the hard breaching factor, they will have success. The question for me is, will Wichita build off of that man advantage? I say it so much, but it's your only path to victory. The strategy seems to not, like you mentioned, be adapting, but this round could prove a little bit different. Shutting down your Habana, getting rid of her immediately is definitely a way to change the course of these rounds.
It's definitely going to force a lot of gunfights that Wichita Wolves are set up for. You can see they've got the 90 being held by the shield, and even if nobody plays on it, that's still pressure being held. They also have a rotate back there, but Feltwinter and Gunner looking to make a play here. Gunner just sitting inside the study. Obviously, like you said, without hard breach, there's not much options that he has, but he's going to try and make most of it. He's got a hole open to him, and that could go with or against him. Here comes a swing onto zombie door by Zeno. And just really, Dirty Dan's looking for anything that they could possibly get. Feltwinter going for the rotate, I believe, wanting to deal with the Maestro camera as well as a possible shield. Flashbang is coming up through here. Barbed wire going to get destroyed, and all typical for Dirty Dan's. But again, there's not a lot of open angles that they have. Smoke grenade going to go out. That's the first one of 2 from Faded to hold off the push here. Nade tossed over to Bar, but there's one flanking. Gunner's read this though. Gunner's read it, and he'll take down Mental. Beautiful shot from him, and that's such a huge play right now. Wichita Wolves getting a little bit too aggressive when they don't need to. 30 seconds remaining here. Whitlock will take down Tyrant. Picks are starting to go in the way of Dirty Dan's. Here comes another swing. Gunner's read it, but he can't find the kill. The plant is going down meanwhile, as Gunner's able to hold this cross. Fader will equalize the count here, as 821 Mayo will give the lead here to Wichita Wolves on man count. Chilling on the diffuser is going to be Zeno on this door. Not many options to go off of. Here comes a swing. Feltwinter with 2. Oh my, he's gone huge. And Zeno will get away with the final kill. Dirty Dan's are on match point. They are on top of the world right now, as they are on match, map, series, and prize pool point. All they need is one more round, and it's all theirs.
The coordination, the team play, and the post plants are unrivaled by Dirty Dan's. And what a round did we just see? I thought that one was done for. We had the 2 picks come through. Wichita Wolves Faded, and the Maestro. They were fighting hard, but ultimately the Ash of Feltwinter fighting with the R4C, clearing this path, and then the eventual kill from Zeno, protecting the diffuser, and the win is theirs. It's 3-6. We are 1 round away from Dirty Dan's taking the series 3-0. And our final bomb site, our final round, could be given up to the Dining Kitchen defense.
Tertiary bomb site coming out here from Wolves after 2 unsuccessful Bar Aviator holds. Bringing out any stop that they can, bringing out any strategy that they can. This could be huge for Wichita Wolves. If they win this round, not only will they have the option of going into Bar and AV, but they'll also have the option of going Trophy and Statuary. So this is a really important round here for Wolves. And if Dirty Dan's aren't able to hold Wichita off of this round, they could certainly mount a comeback. It is extremely likely. But obviously, we'll have to wait and see. A very standard hold here from Wichita Wolves, bringing around the Pulse, reinforcing just about every wall here, making a rotate into China and also into Memorial. So Wichita Wolves not getting too out of the ordinary right now. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them or if that will be the round winner here. Is Devil and Tyrant looking to be the players to sit upstairs to hold off Dirty Dan's for the time being.
In the second half, history is looking to repeat itself. When we saw the side switch on Cafe, it was digital. I keep saying digital. It was Dirty Dan's in a 4-2 lead. They switched over. They won a round. And then Wichita Wolves, they answered back, defending the third floor with a steely resolve. They were able to claim that round without even a hint of a plant. And then round number 9, just as we saw, they took a win. And now, in what could be the final ending conclusion for this awesome and very fast-paced series, could be the same round. Number 10, Devil, however, the Wamai, he goes positive with the kill, but Ella is traded back. Devil is still on a heater with the Wamai. Might look to get another one, though, rotating down. He gives it up, and Whitlock a trade back on the mental. This round barely even started, but it's roaring, ready to go.
3-3 now as Dirty Dan's take the upstairs control, but still being held off. You still have 2 C4s alive and well here. That's 821 Mayo and Faded, as well as the Pulse. So while they have upstairs control, you can't exactly call it comfortable. They're going to have to be on their feet a lot here as it begins to convert into a into a possible execute now. As Tumulus rotates down outside of Laundry. Whitlock still looking for that pressure. He's got the IQ scanner, and Xeno will take down Mayo from Trophy. The Pulse has fallen, and now the intel is gone as well. It's a 3 versus 2 now. Wichita Wolves, the lives of this series hanging on the balance of 2 operators. That is the Mute and the Wamai here. Let's see what they can do. Devil and Faded definitely stepping it up from last game, but is it enough? Here comes the execute, possibly. Tumulus inside a Bike and Xeno inside of a Memorial. As map control looking really strong right now from Dirty Dan's. Every cross that's possibly being held is being held right now. Whitlock. Oh my, Whitlock could have such a huge flank. Faded will take down Tumulus. However, Whitlock will get for the trade. It's all up to Devil here. He knows where both players are, but can he do it? He'll take down Xeno. Diffuser dropped right outside of Tetris. He'll go down to Whitlock and take him down as well. A 4-piece to end off the round. And Wichita Wolves still alive in this series, not looking to back down just yet.
If there's one man you can put your hope in for this series, it's got to be Devil. He is so incredibly strong, going crazy here, especially after the side switch, landing impressive shot after impressive shot to garner these so important kills, crucially doing so much of the work. His team, they might have suffered and gone down in that last round, but you can count on him.
This game is getting my heart rate to a very unhealthy level right now. What you thought was the end turned into a Devil 4K, and Devil, definitely the man of this map. This has definitely been all his. And again, we talked about it. Last round, probably one of the most important rounds Wichita Wolves are ever going to play in their Siege careers. Not only did that just take them out of a possible loss, but that also gave them options for not only an Aviator Games, but as you can see right now, a Trophy Statuary. Something that they were very successful on last time. This site is super crucial to them. And if they're able to take this, all they'll need is one more round to take us to OT. To shut us up, to make the Wichita Wolves fans happy. Can they do it is the question. Dirty Dan's unquestionably looking like the more dominating team, but Wichita Wolves right now are in a position where they could change that. Just 2 more rounds separates them from overtime, but 1 round separates Dirty Dan's from $1,200 as a first place prize.
Seems that Wichita, they've got the chat on their side and also seemingly the opening picks in a number of these rounds. And if Dirty Dan's could do anything to staunch the bleeding, to stop Wichita from fighting back, so it's every single one of these rounds. It's Wichita putting everything on the line in that last round. It was all up to Devil. He saw the opportunity. He played it safe. The trigger discipline. If he had shot early, once he saw the barrel of the gun poke through the memo door, that could have been completely different. They would have had the intel. They would have known exactly where he was, and that could have even been a wall bang. But he bided his time in such a way that only he can do.
Oh!
But he got shot so early. Whitlock with one through the floor. Devil has been such a clutch player, but he'll be shut out in this round. The opening pick to Dirty Dan's, and what a way to start this one off.
I know you can't see it, but my jaw just dropped to the floor there. Whitlock, such a crucial kill and such a beautiful one at that. It'll be the swan song for Devil this round. Oh, faded! A free kill. It's a gunner who's on his drone. Unexpected peek from him. Still holding control of Astro. Nobody would have expected him to just swing into bathroom, but it's faded, and he is 10-7. We can't question it. Whitlock is still very much underneath so far. He has been a menace, taking down Devil in one of the most unexpected kills in this entire series, as Wichita Wolves definitely got a bit of a loose hold right now. You can see Mental is playing outside of the site, playing in lamps, while the two Italians playing in trophy. Feltwin is starting to make his way up Astro, however. A minute has gone by and a minute remains. Wichita Wolves. I think Mental is actually getting spotted out by Feltwitzer. Jesus, almost getting shot down here.
Close angle there. Feltwinter looks to make the rotate. He might have intel on that player coming up through Astro. Tyrant sneaking by, but faded with a double kill. Shuts down the Ash player. Feltwinter, the Nomad is ready, but he loses the gunfight. Tyrant with the pick. He tosses a Nitro. It fails to connect, but Mayo with one as well. And things are left up to Whitlock. 2 picks so far. He's got the G8 in hand. What an LMG. We've seen players go huge. He'll have to find the ace. He spots the head, but Mental barely goes for the pre-fire and falls back. He could look to peek again. Whitlock comes in, but it gets cut down. It'll be Tyrant. Another kill, another headshot for the SMG-11. Wichita Wolves continue to stay alive in this series, and their hopes for an overtime, for a map 3, for a map 4 even, are left in this final round before OT. It's number 12, Digital Dynasty. Digital Dynasty are not in the series. Dirty Dan's. They are going to be fighting.
It is that fated round 12. It is the round to decide it all. It's just a number that's so synonymous with increasingly intense games. We have not been to round 12 whatsoever this series so far, and now it comes down to this. You must not forget, in the top of your screens, you can see 2 green bars surrounding the team that is known as Dirty Dan's. That means that they have won 2 maps so far. No green bars afforded to Wichita Wolves. That means that they have not won a single map. That means this is the last map, possibly. Dirty Dan's need 1 more. They need to fill in that 3rd square, that 3rd rectangle, rather. I am not a geometry teacher, I promise, but they need to fill out that 3rd rectangle. As you can see, it needs to be green. That shows that they have won all 3 maps. They just need Villa. That is all they need. They had the lead for such a long time. But now Wichita Wolves are clawing back from what looked like a done and dusted series, from what looked like it was done, from what looked like it was a slam dunk case. That was it. It's over. It slowly turned into an extremely competitive and close map. Wichita Wolves sit on the brink of destruction with this map, but I also sit on the brink of overtime. Let's see which one they'll get.
Despite the previous round's phenomenal kill, Whitlock opening up onto Devil, the rest of his team, Mayo, Mental, Tyrant, and Faded, they've all stepped up, much improved their performance. We've even got 3 players on double digits. The same cannot be said for Dirty Dan's. Devil, Tyrant, and Faded, those credited with the 3 kills. The nade, it does a significant amount of damage. It removes the shield, but does not dislodge Mayo, who continues to persist on the study hatch. He might just be able to prolong his existence, should he remain holding strong inside study.
Honestly, Mayo is just a delay factor. If he's able to die, that's fine, but he's wasted so much time, and he's also wasted 2 nades here from Gunner. Gunnar has been a very powerful player, however, on this study window position. Oh, almost taking the head off a Devil, putting him on very low HP. So now he has 2 gunfights on 2 very low HP players. He knows that Mayo is sitting in study right now. Oh, but Mayo's going to go for an aggressive swing as Gunnar gets on his drone. Mayo will actually rotate out as Gunnar hops on his drone, making good use of the time that he had. Now study will possibly be in the hands of Dirty Dan's, but at least Mayo able to preserve his life.
Yeah, and I thought that Maestro was going to risk it to jump out the building, but ultimately he does not choose to take the gamble. Returning to site will keep it at 5-5. You see the guns come alive, and I think Gunnar taking the damage in that one. Feltwinter on the ass, pushing back against Devil, who is now removed from 90 corner. The upside down rappel, I think that might be the Nomad. The tiny pixel of the head is spotted in mental, holding fast. Will not yet give up control of top study.
He's definitely locked out, though, however, by that window. And while he is holding top study, he's also being held off by the rest of Dirty Dan's, who are starting to make some progress. Not a single kill going in the way here as all 4 players begin to rotate towards Zombie. Tumulus, the only player remaining near study, as Gunnar loses so much HP right now. First smoke grenade going to go down here by Faded. Tumulus starting to actually get some hard breach utility down. Something we haven't seen it affect this game a lot has now become a possible factor to for what can win this round. Smoke grenade. He expects the plant to be on vault door, but it's actually behind the table. C4 tossed. It misses. It's marked. The diffuser is down and in a 5v3 now. Oh, Dirty Dan's have exploded. It's all up to Faded in a 1 versus 5. And we might see the first flawless round to end the game. Dirty Dan's. What a symbolism. As they take the last round flawlessly. It's the only flawless round of the series. And it's the round to end it all. Dirty Dan's will take $1,200 in their back pocket as they win the Upsurge Summer 2020 UPL Grand Finals.
What a way to end it there. Dirty Dan's, they were starting to fall behind, but in that final defense, it was all or nothing. Either go to overtime and give Wichita the chance to fight for their lives or close it out. And they made sure that there was no possibility. Nobody even had to die. The defuse, the misplay on the smoke canister, and the incorrect nitro placement ultimately will earn them the win. Dirty Dan's, what a series. Took us 3 maps, but they end it without dropping a single one.
Holy heck, Dirty Dan's undisputed champions at this point. There is nothing that can topple that scoreboard. A team that were undefeated, Wichita Wolves, they got handed their first loss, and it's more than just a loss. It is an absolute onslaught from Dirty Dan's. No remorse for Wichita. They'll go home with $500. Not a lot to complain about, but definitely not the victory that they wanted. Looking so strong during the regular season. They'll go out with a whimper. Dirty Dan's. Holy heck, what a series played by them. A series played by very experienced players that we all know. The names of these players so synonymous with the success, and they'll continue to they'll continue to have that name attached to them. This loss, a 3-0, probably going to plague Wichita Wolves for a long, long time.
It was an incredible match. It was so close in that final map. If only Wichita had started to play like that on Clubhouse, things could have gone so much differently. But they fell just so short. And ultimately, it was Dirty Dan's all the way. Who could have expected that the most experienced team, arguably in the Upsurge Premier League, are victorious? There's so much you can say about this series, but I think one ultimate point was the adaptability at every opportunity, every turn. Dirty Dan's, they were ready to make the necessary changes. They were never stubborn in their setups. They were never trying to do the same thing over again. They made the necessary changes. They had the skill to back it up, and ultimately the resolve to end our series 3-0.
Well, I might want to hurry up with this conclusion because there is lightning outside of my house, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to die tonight. But it was nice knowing you guys. Thank you so much for you to tuning in, the viewers, for coming along here. So much crowd hype. I mean, in a time of quarantine, it was just like I almost felt the energy from the chat. It was incredible. Well played to Dirty Dans. They'll take the series 3-0. They'll take Upsurge. I want to thank Sticula for casting with me. I want to thank Frost for being the observer. And I, myself, have been Jazzman. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And congratulations to Dirty Dan.